Okay. There. Do we go over this on stream? What am I reading?
Going over what? What are you reading now?
What am I reading? Chaeiry. What am I reading?
What you're reading?
Are you
Wait,
good?
what do you think I'm reading, Kuihman?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I was reading something, but maybe I'm wrong.
Wait, what do you think? Hold on. What do you think I'm reading?
Oh, I'm reading.
Wait, hold on. What are you reading, Chaeiry? Can you tell the people what you're reading? It's like something about stuff getting made up about the stream. I don't even.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll send it again to Kuihman.
Should I say it out loud when I'm reading? Should I just read it?
Nah.
Okay.
Okay, so you didn't delete that first one quick enough, so I already know who sent those messages, but...
You know exactly why I deleted that, okay? Can you just chill?
Yeah, so
Why don't you just chill?
can...
Why don't you just
So
chill?
I
Why
can't
don't you
use
just
it
chill?
to harass
Why don't you
anyone,
just
that's
chill?
why.
Why don't you chill? Secret memes?
Stalin
Maybe
is
some
sloth.
secret memes.
No one is saying it like that. He understands when I'm comparing him to my father. I mean, he is like traumatizing me the way that my dad and like both my parents did when they killed themselves when I was a minor.
That's just like, I don't know what Chaeiry... I heard something crazy at the end there, so I don't want this to get confused as I'm replying to Chaeiry now. But this sounds based. The thing that I'm reading about in these messages sounds fucking based. That's so cool that person's doing that.
I got message about other drama as well from the Discord.
Is the Discord okay? I feel like you should pull some people up or something, like give them some attention before they get worse.
Okay.
I would like to
Chris
Blackness if he's around.
I'm gonna pull him right now and just go and say, wait, Crisp Lettuce, who else is gonna come up though? Who will come up with Crisp Lettuce?
I would like Crisp Lettuce and Wolfgang. And Baby Peach.
I'm gonna grant Crisp Lettuce a at least temporary amnesty on whatever he admits to in this call, okay?
Why'd you say the last one? She's not even in the Discord right now.
Well, that's...
Or like
Wait,
in voice
who?
chat.
Baby Peach.
Who did he say?
Peach. She's not even in the
she's
voice
not
chat.
around. Crisp Lettuce, you're on the stream currently, just so you know. I don't know if you want to be or not. I figure you're probably not shy.
Welcome to the stream, Crisp Lettuce. Welcome to the stream. Hello?
Hold on, though.
Bro, I was muted and I was dropping the hardest R's. I didn't even... I thought I was live. No, but it's okay, I can be here.
Okay.
I just had to resist that internal monologue. What's going on? The boys told me things were happening, and then I got dragged in here.
Well, I was just a couple of people messaged me. Not even just one person. We're like some of the stuff that went on with Baby Peach, and then basically around people thinking Wolfgang was like doing weird shit with regards to the stream. Apparently, you might have had a hand in that. Do you want to walk me through what was going on?
It feels weird because I've been put through the ringer a little bit today, so it's like a combination.
Crisp, you're being... Whatever you admit here is, at least for a bit, you're going to be given a free ride on, okay?
I feel weird couching my behavior like right off the bat, because people are going to be like, he's being manipulative. But there are like some pretty obviously true things, and people are like accusing me of being a liar for like repeating them in a certain tone of voice.
Jstlk,
but
pull up the drawing board. You
Go
gotta do
ahead,
the
Chaeiry.
nose thing. Yeah, if he's gonna start spewing a theory, I need you to draw this the fuck out.
Yeah, true. I'm suddenly realizing it could be good to like say this on stream, because this is like a... I was calling it a creative writing process, and so I've definitely told this to a bunch of people, but some people like Pickle are telling Wolfgang that it was like very malicious and very crazy, and like definitely not portrayed as like a story.
You were trolling, right? You were sort of trolling.
Yeah, that is like another one of my things where I'm like couching it as people are they're like, Chris needs to change his behavior, and I'm like, what, the behavior of trolling in a troll server? Like, hello.
So it seems like essentially what you've been doing is, as a troll, as a joke, you've been in a sort of Mr. Girl inspired way, convincing women such as Baby Peach that Wolfgang is the Ghislaine Maxwell to Jstlk's Epstein, and that he is seducing women from Destiny stream.
Oh,
lure them in to Jstlk's
Wait.
stream.
That's a creative writing expedition by Wolfgang. So I think we can all agree that I generally walk on thin ice around here, right? I don't have like the best reputation. It's not so. You all know that like normalizing Chris Pledis is not something that we do, right? So like I wonder like where's that coming from? And it seems like it comes from Wolfgang. Seems like Wolfgang wasn't very fond of me since before I met him. And then recently Wolfgang has been slandered by Pickles Nathan. He thinks that someone lied to Pickles Nathan. Although he has no evidence that anyone lied to Pickles Nathan, but anyone saying anything wrong about Wolfgang is obviously a horrible, horrible liar.
Do you have Pompon in your background?
Oh, it's just a bird outside.
Okay.
You're lucky there's not moldy people out there like singing. Okay,
I'm sorry. Back to the story.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, I don't. What I've just pieced together because of the implication that I'm similar to Pickles. Sorry, I'm just piecing this together as you told me, because I don't think me or anyone in the call that you just dragged me out of talked about Baby Peach and me, or anything. But I'm guessing it's because of the Pickles Nathan thing, and then they're saying that the Pickles Nathan thing overlaps onto me, and then they're thinking that I told Peach something that Peach told Pickles Nathan. But then that's like an assumption. For all you guys know, Peach told me something that I.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. Tell us. So how do you feel about Wolfgang? Be totally honest with us. How do you feel about Wolfgang? What do you think he's doing? Do you think he's luring women in?
Now that's a great question. No, I think Wolfgang pretty obviously has his like stance on women, right? Where he's like, no, get them out of here. But Wolfgang also seems to have gone through like a sexual awakening over the past few years, where he will want to have like conversations with us about
A sexual
have you guys ever
awakening?
been? Well, he asks us questions,
Yeah,
which
sort of like a delayed development, like he does. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Wolfgang was fucking when he was younger, and now he asks us questions like, "Have you guys ever been ridden by a girl? Like, how does that work?" Or like, "What's the deal with titty fucking? Is titty fucking like a something that people do to get off?" And then some other chatters are like, "Oh well, you know, Wolfgang, like if you have a lot of lube, or like it's not great, but like it's okay, just if people are into it." And the shit will go on for a while. But that's just like part of Wolfgang's reputation, right? And it's not that weird when he does it because he's a disarming fellow.
So you don't think?
Am I making
Wolfgang
sense?
Is luring women in? But have you been telling people that?
By the way, I feel like almost none of this is true, and this is another creative writing assignment. But
no, I believe this. So you've been telling?
Yeah,
right?
that's. I keep trying to confirm. Like, yeah. So Jstlk, you don't have any grounding for the things I'm saying, right? You don't think Wolfgang has like funny sexual conversations with us sometimes?
oh no, that definitely happened. But you're applying a bunch of like reasoning for why that happens, which I think is creative writing.
Oh, what reasoning have I applied?
Like, why would
That
he go
didn't get any ass when he was a kid, and now he wants to come here and ask you questions to seek the wisdom of Chris Wedis on sex. Yeah, I think that's all made up.
Oh no, he doesn't ask me about it. No, yeah, you're right. That part is creative writing. You might even say I'm lying. I'm lying to you right now by saying like, oh, Wolfgang didn't have sex as a kid. I don't know Wolfgang. I've never had a talk with anything
I mean,
except
if you
for.
were to guess, if you can just based on context clues, you would interpret that's probably the case, right?
Well, yeah, how many men in their mid to late 30s are asking you about if they've ridden people or not?
Sorry, how old is Wolfgang?
I don't know. He feels like he's in his mid 20s. He's seems to be
Wolfgang had a lot
developing
of
like his
sex from the
career and
ages
stuff,
of
right?
14 to 17. Okay.
Whoa. That's what I thought when I first met him, which is why this is so creative. So like, yeah, basically my creative writing assignment. Oh man, fuck, I don't even know actually. Basically the creative writing assignment is that the Jstlk Discord is and I think a few people have heard this before, is a place there where Destiny gets to come hang out with girls, but like disassociate himself from his own Discord. And then that ties you in Jstlk because you run this place, but your character isn't as like fleshed out as the people that you surround yourself with. So Wolfgang is like a disarming person, right? I'm not saying he's like luring
Jstlk is
people
like
in.
Epstein. Wolfgang is like Ghislaine Maxwell, and Destiny's like a Prince Andrew or like a Trump, right?
Am I a victim?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
No, you wouldn't be a victim. I don't think Wolfgang's not like actively luring people in, right? It wouldn't be part of the story. But he would be very convenient to like bring up the sexual conversations, but also in a non-threatening way. But then the Jstlk character would be more developed around not trying to fuck random girls on the stream because it just doesn't fit. There's no truth in it. So it's not like a good creative writing process. I haven't written it down or anything. I've got better ones. To be clear.
So, okay, but you've been telling people this. You've been spreading this out.
Yeah, I've told the story like a few times. I was like, it's like, okay, imagine like a big wide world of like nefarious characters, like all like working their way in and blah blah blah. And then some of them have schizophrenia and some are like bipolar and some are psychosis. There's just crazy shit that happens here. And this story was inspired by me feeling like I'm on thin ice in this server. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? And then I'll be like this detective in the story who'll be like the hero, right? I'm self-inserting myself as the hero of the story. And I've like stumbled across some nefarious scheme and I don't know why. And now I'm walking on thin ice and at any moment I could wake up to a gun to the back of my head. It's gripping. It's gripping, right?
So who have you told the story to? Who have you told it to?
I've told it in the Rick chord.
Do you want to turn the camera on, Chris? Let us.
I've told it in here as well.
What's a Rick chord?
Why
are you all
what's
laughing?
the story? Do you want to tell the story of the Rick chord?
No. Yeah, you go ahead. I'd love to hear from your perspective.
Rick was a guy who like I felt was like pretty well developed dude. He had like his own Discord, which he ran like D&D campaigns.
What is a well-developed dude?
Do you mean the brain is fully formed, or are you saying he's hacking?
Like he's mature in a lot of ways. Like Rick is like reaching like 30, and you can tell over those years, like when he was younger, he used to fuck around and not take things seriously.
You're not saying like, oh, this is a really intelligent 14-year-old.
No.
Okay.
I think Rick is like a little bit insecure that he's like not that intelligent, but I think he's not like anything less than anyone else, and he's fucking. Basically, Rick had BPD, right? It just feels weird talking about people, but Rick had BPD, and Rick is just one of those people who has managed to like reflect on his problems and like work on himself and realize that like
wait one second
he's like fucked up in the past and he can like do better, and he puts a lot of effort into it, right? Anyway, Rick,
wait. He was in this community. He liked Jstlk. He was donating to Jstlk, but he's not around anymore, is he?
He wasn't really donating to me.
Wait, he was giving you memes or something?
Wait,
he was just like
where are you getting any of this from?
I think.
Wasn't he like?
Are you just asking?
Wasn't he one of the people? I could have sworn like I heard you say his name a lot, like he was sending stuff or making stuff or donating or something. It was a name that I heard you read off.
He was a
Rick's-
name
Rick's-
for the reason Chris was about to elucidate.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
Rick's
okay.
main thing. I waffled off just glazing Rick a little bit there, but I think he deserves glazing. I like him. So Rick had another Discord where he invited some people to when there was when Kelly was banning a whole lot of people out of the server, and it got called the Refugee Discord by people in here.
Okay.
But it was just a Discord he already had, so there's a narrative about it, but it's actually the way I'm describing it, which I don't really feel like I need to defend it a whole lot, but I also feel like it's important to describe the context of everything going on.
I
Hold on, let me
appreciate
put the
it.
pizza boxes up.
Okay.
Fuck, how do I do this again?
Did you have pizza today?
Nah, my week is rationed down to 15 cans of tuna this week.
Okay. I had a 7-Eleven hot dog.
Tell me more. Was it a big hot dog?
I can tell you about it later.
Yeah.
Keep us on track.
Hold on, my camera might cut out. Am I cammed up right now?
Yeah, you
You're
are.
on the screen. Jstlk doesn't have you on the
True.
screen.
Fuck, I was meant to set up.
Gonna put it up in a second.
I was gonna feel like I'm spoiling by showing the pizza boxes. I'm meant to do something with them for my next live performance.
Very cool.
Yeah, kind of. Just gonna make them into the Twin Towers and then knock them down.
Not as cool.
Nah,
was thinking.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you have this theory about. So your theory is not just about Wolfgang. It includes Jstlk and the Discord and Destiny. Your
I don't think it would
creative writing.
involve. Yeah, well, yeah, it would involve the Discord. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a very good story.
Okay.
But basically, people were just
Back
shit
to-
talking me. People have just
And
tried
how
to
does
frame
this
the things
Rick-
I do as the worst things ever.
How does this Rick?
I'm being
Cord
held to
play
trial
into
right
it?
now, guys. I can't remember. How does it?
Where does Rick
Oh, 'cause-
Cord come in?
Pickle hangs out in the Ripcord, and then Pickle said that when I tell the story, I don't tell it like a story, which is probably partly true. Sometimes I vent because I have a beef with Wolfgang. Wolfgang has hated me from before I met him, and he had a whole lot of reasons for it which weren't true. And then I kind of end up feeling like people that I have never talked to don't like me. And for a long period of time, it was it's because I'm just a conductor. It's because I play very strongly into the culture of DGG, which is schizo chatting and whatever. And that's pretty standard. But I think I have a pretty big personality, and it came pretty strongly at me. But then I joined Jstlk Discord, and I got to actually talk to people in VC, and I didn't realize how intense that would be. But it was also a good opportunity for people to meet me as a real person. And so I'm still here. I still hang out. Still have a lot of friends, or made some friends, which didn't really plan on. Because I'm a massive loser, chat. But the thing is, I think that everyone else who
Yeah, I
hangs
was
out on
gonna say,
Discord.
do you not think you're getting actual friends that on Discord?
Well, I think that about everyone else who comes in here as well. I'm an exceptional loser, but I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And then everyone else is here. You see where I'm coming from with that, Kuihman?
Yeah, sure. It just sounds like you've accepted a bad situation rather than doing something about it. For sure.
Yeah, a learned helplessness thing, I guess. I mean, I tried to make money
I
and
feel
shit,
like we didn't.
but
I never
I
got.
just don't really have the
I
motivation.
didn't get an answer. Why was Ridiculous Rage's name always mentioned so much?
Well, so it's just because of the Ripcord, and then that's where I was venting about this story. It's one of the times I can remember because
that's like a anti-Jstlk splinter Discord, right?
it was framed
Yep.
that way. But yeah,
Well,
So
sorry,
they're saying this guy's,
it became
totally
that, but it
DPD,
started a different way.
splitting on, he's splitting
yeah.
on-
It started a different way. It went that way because a lot of people were angry at Kelly, and then Rick sort of was like, and even to this day, he's just like, I just don't want to talk about those people. The worst he'll say is just like, oh, like, you're always in the Discord, come and hang out of mine. I can't believe you're there. Like, Andrioder just pisses me off so much. Which I get. Andrioder pisses me off as well, every day. But
good.
there's other reasons.
I think Android is cool. She's one of my biggest supporters in here, so I think Android is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, we were friends for like a long time. I think she's going through it a bit.
Shocking that she loves both Kuihman and Spin Boy.
She hates me, dude. She went full
You're
nuclear
an
on me.
emotionally intelligent person.
You guys sound jealous.
Not too much. I ended my friendship with Andrioder, and she didn't believe me. And then she sort of flipped from thinking like, no, we're obviously still friends, to then thinking like more nefarious things about her hating me. And then she kept wanting to blow it up pretty hard. She's going to think I'm real manipulative for even talking about it. But the past 3 days, I've been like making fun of her, as I do, as everyone does. But she's like, Crisp is just being passive aggressive with it, and like, why is that? And I was like, I don't have any long lasting resentment.
Apparently, it's because she wouldn't play Baldur's Gate with you. That's why you don't like her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like cope, right? So this is like partly like why I didn't really want to be friends with her, because it's like, if you're going to misunderstand every motivation I have and then tell other people about it, it wouldn't. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't want to run, but I'd rather not talk to Andrioder that much.
She's saying it's because of Baldur's Gate. What's your reasoning? Why didn't you want to be friends with Andrioder?
A few times I like would enter like VCs, and Andrioder would be talking about real conversations that happened between us, but she would be factually wrong, not understand the context, and misrepresenting them, and also would be like fairly like reinforcing who she's talking to, but they are thinking that she's someone who was there at the time. I'm not saying she's like a liar or whatever, because I'm saying these conversations happened, and she has like the gusto to actually say that this is like what happened and this is how it was.
How is the Baldur's Gate story being misrepresented? What's the real story there?
Probably one of the first jokes I made at her after I ended the friendship was like people being like, oh, Andrioder always wants to play games, but then she never plays games with us. And then she was like, it never happens. And I was like, oh, and like posted this fucking Baldur's Gate thing. But realistically, I'm never going to play Baldur's Gate again. I don't give a fuck if people don't want to play it with me. Yeah, that's it. And me offering to play it with her was like a passing comment when I was like, I wonder if this person wants to like, they say they're my friend, and even when I say like, oh, I don't know how our friendship's going, she's like, no, we're definitely good friends. And so I'm like, all right, I'll just like extend like some little offers to do friendly shit with them. It didn't happen, and she didn't seem to have any like grasp of like the back and forth. So it was like, oh, I should probably stop like constantly coaching this person in all of my conversations to like try to help them out, because she's always getting bullied and always having trouble.
Coaching her? What sort of advice are you giving?
Oh, I meant couching, sorry. Like I would hold back a little bit. So I just stopped holding back as much, which just means more like brunt, like on the nose jokes, which she thinks is passive aggressive.
Does anyone do this creative writing thing with you? Or do you do this just yourself?
No one does it with me.
Okay, so Spinboy doesn't do this with you.
No, I sent Spinboy another one of them like a while back.
Androider is part of Wolfgang's harem. Is that part of this, or am I just reading schizo messages?
A lot of people, including me, are like just sort of having a good time with the whole situation, and I would say that would be one of those messages. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, isn't the Baldur's Gate thing kind of funny? What do they think the Baldur's Gate thing like inspired me to do?
Break up with Andrioder. Internet friend break up with Andrioder.
I just play Factorio and single player games with most people. There's actually quite a few chatters that have bought me games, and I really like some of those people and respect them, but and I wish I could like pay them back for how good friends they've been to me. Maybe one day I will. Feel a little bit bad that I don't play games with all the people who bought me those games.
People
But
buy you games
I'm just not
and
that
you
into
don't
it.
play with them?
Yeah. I spent like a few months like playing games with people, but just realized I just get like frustrated, and I'm just always
Oh.
frustrated. I'm not like a mentally well person, so when I'm like gaming and hanging out with people, it's not like great for me, and probably not that great for them. But I can be theatrical, and sometimes I've got good timing. So, you know, I'm not too cut up about it. But it's just the point is just that it's ridiculous that I would be upset that she didn't play Baldur's Gate with me. So the context for that was literally her being like, I have never like not played. She talks in hyperbole. So, you know, we're just like, there's another bit of hyperbole from Andrioder. Wacky Andrioder. But she doesn't like it when I call her wacky anymore. She thinks that's like the most manipulative, passive aggressive, coming for her kind of Christmas crazy. And then
why would
that,
anyone
like,
be
that,
crazy? I can't.
well, so when she wants to, I recently had to say to her, I was like, it's like you're writing like, because she would like rant and like talk a lot and speak over her while also being like, you don't let me speak. And some of those rants just came down, and it was very natural. I never at any point think these are like pre-written things. But when people are just like, you're like super manipulative and you're just doing it because you want to get to the top of the pile because you're like constantly trying to impress everyone, and all your jokes aren't even like good jokes. They're just things that you say to find other people funny. And I'm like, no, I have no long-term resentment for you. Some of my jokes probably don't land and they're very, very dry. But that's because I think they're funny and I'm telling them for me. It's not to like, you know, it's not. She tried to say that I'm like nice to her in private, and then like mean to her in public, which is like the worst thing that a man has ever done in this Discord. So that's like was my defense to like that, right?
Wait, so you acknowledge that you are nice to her in private, but mean to her in public?
I'm just the way I want to be like all the time, right? So like,
Is that an accurate description?
I'm gonna go pee.
well, I don't think I'm being like nice to her. It's just that like when we are like alone in a call and there's maybe like 3 people, Andrioder still has the undying need to insert herself into every conversation, but because there's only 3 people there, there's not as many conversations, so we're not constantly getting Andrioder incompetently waffling on about whatever retarded shit she says. So she's way more bearable in a small call, whereas in a big call she still talks for fucking half of it, which means everyone else only gets to talk 1% of the time. When there's like 50 other people, they all get 1% and Andrioder gets 50%. So when you say like nicer to her in private, yeah, of course, but these are like natural
nobody's ever
results.
said that about Andrioder before. What are you talking about?
You got me. Fuck, I knew that if I talked to like a real big streamer, he would actually like underroot all of my social pinnings and read the shit super well. But hey, what can I say, guys?
I say this, you know, I've been in the Jstlk VC once or twice here and there. I've got to say, compared to like some of the other people that could be speaking, like Andrioder, like is one of the preferable ones, right? Like you don't like. There's a lot of incredibly uncharismatic, uninteresting people that come by these servers.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you would be too annoyed that someone who's like bearable is speaking a lot of it.
It'd be nice to have maybe like a day or 2 of Andrioder being chill, but it's pretty consistent. But you're right. Like I was friends with her for like 6 or 7 months. Actually, longer. I think.
By the way, that was sarcasm. Maybe just not well delivered. It's like, no, I've literally said that to Andrioder. Like, hey, you should let some other people talk.
Yeah.
I like Andrioder
Yeah.
though. By the way, I like Andrioder, and Kuihman wasn't wrong with what he said. I was just like, she definitely fills up, okay, the room.
True.
She can talk a lot.
I feel like you just explained what I would say about Andrioder probably more succinctly. Yeah, she used to be like really good at like debating back and forth, and then would like send you a little DM like afterwards, being like, "Hey, like I hope like you're not offended that went too far." And I'd always just DM her and be like, "I don't need you to tell me what's okay, bitch." But really, I like appreciated it. And a lot of people in the server were like, couldn't debate, were retarded, were like incessantly driving themselves into it. But then they would just get like personally offended and get really upset and blah 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 blah. And Andrioder wasn't like that. She would just like always come back and not like side with the same person every time. And she would loop a little bit, but that's just because she can't quite keep up. But it wasn't too bad. But then eventually she just sort of decided to like stop debating. I feel like she just like lost way too many debates for months in a row, and her personality changed a little bit, which is good. Character growth is good. But it seems like with that change, she sort of just ended up stockpiling tension, so she like wasn't like getting it out in some other way. So now I feel like she's like kind of like been. This is what I messaged. I sent her like a big DM. Should we bust out the DM? She kept threatening to leak it today. So I leaked it to Spinboy. But she triggered me real hard. That's my only caveat. So this will make me look real fucking soy, but I was triggered, dude.
Oh, soy.
So, yeah, that's me. I'm soy. I'm a soy boy. I'm a soy boy, and you're all here hanging out with me. But even in written form, she like still couldn't quite come to grasps with like anything
Are we
I'd
letting
said to her.
Andrioder come in and defend herself?
Are you good to let
I think
Andrioder
we
in?
are.
Yeah,
Consent
hopefully the
right
room's
now.
big enough for her. But
Consent.
yeah, go, Andrioder.
Okay, Andrioder, rape him.
Hey, I'm not gonna.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, the only thing
Rape me.
I absolutely did not
Android
threaten to leak DMs. I didn't. I think
She was trying to be nice to me
Android.
earlier. She wanted to avoid accountability for leaking them by asking my permission to leak them.
is that
It was
wait?
fucking-
If we're talking about the DMs and I say, "Are you okay with me like sending them?" If you aren't, it's chill, and I'll leave it. And I'll never bring it up again. Do you think that's avoiding accountability?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was sending Jstlk some tea. I was sending Jstlk
I've literally
DMs.
never leaked DMs from anyone ever. Like, I think that's
That's
pretty
good. You did sort of throw it in my face though, when you started getting.
Yeah, because
angry
you were
at
being
me.
two-faced, right? Like you were being two-faced, and like the way you came on and you were trying to like come to Spinboy
I'm
and like
super
relate
glad
with
that you
him and
just
get
admitted-
advice and shit talk.
I'm super glad that you just admitted to throwing that in my face. We can move on.
Yeah, because you were being two-faced. It was. You shit
True.
talked him, and
Justify it.
that I sucked up to him
What do you mean?
when you were like in that
Right,
DM.
if
that you
Spinboy
sent
lost
me.
his job and his
You were-
wife left him, he would crumble under pressure and probably kill himself. He's kind of a fucking loser who's like a complete sociopath and is like purely obsessed with his like fragile grip on life. But put him in the gladiatorial arena and I'd tear his fucking head off and the crowd would cheer for me. So
But that's a different
How-
energy.
how-
You were very
how-
admiring him.
Hey,
That's
I
such a
can-
different
I
energy
think-
than you had in that other call. You're like, Spinboy, like, listen, I need some advice.
yeah, you know what I
from
just did,
management
Andrioder?
people.
I did a
think you're
creative
fantastic."
I did a creative writing process right then and there for a whole other reality of Spinboy that isn't real. But in reality, Spinboy's doing very well for himself and is probably going to live a long and happy life.
Okay. This was
No
part of
matter
the
how much
whole
of a
call
cunt
is that
he
like
is,
he just
there's no
does this
such thing as
disarming
karma.
thing where he's trying to act so crazy that people don't take him seriously. And like act so like it's a goof, it's funny, it's a joke, but it's like he's being fucking insane. Like he's being
I don't
being
think
like malicious to people.
anyone is doubting that Crisp is insane. I feel like
Uh?
see this goes crazy.
Did Kuihman die or did I die?
died.
Kill you.
Am I dying? All right, it's too far.
Are
from
we
my-
letting Spinboy in if he joins
She
the
died.
room? I think he's commenting in general.
No, Spinboy
I would-
doesn't want to
I
come
would
on
let
stream.
Spinboy in, but I don't think he wants to come on stream.
Yeah, Spinboy doesn't want to come on, unfortunately.
He said drag him up. I can't find him though.
Did Andrioder just leave, or did... Sure, you didn't
I think
kick
her
her?
shit's breaking up. Her shit's breaking up. If Spinboy wants to come on, he can come
Yeah.
on.
We were joking about kicking her out last night, and then she actually left and didn't come back, so I think it might just be her internet. With crazy time. I don't think Spinboy wants to come on, though. It's probably not worth asking.
I'll agree with
He'll...
you. Yeah.
It's not that he won't,
Chaeiry
like...
just said that. Chaeiry just said that he's asked to come on. If he asked to come on, he'd probably come on.
Okay.
Crisp is jealous of Spinboy. Thanks, Skip Faker. Max 2202. Crisp is insane. Wow, big news. Yeah, true. Yeah, there was actually a thing with like Sophia Silly, and Wolfgang, where so when Andrioder or a lot of people want to flip on me, like BPD flip, right, and go real hard against me.
Like
which
what?
was I thought was like pretty normal, right? Because I already had this like pretty terrible reputation in DGG.
Wait, so why does everyone seem to BPD flip against you?
What the fuck is BPD?
Well, not
flip?
everyone does. I have a whole lot of.
There's so many people. that
It's like me having like a pretty minor falling out with Andrioder, and then she says that she like repaints like my whole interaction with her as like passive aggressive and like manipulative, when really I'm like, oh no, like I kind of explained to you multiple times like why I don't devalue you as a person, but like I just don't really value our friendship and the point that I want it to continue, and I'm just going to be pretty clear about it. And the response to that is like, well, like I have to like verbalize it when they're like, you're a fucking crazy manipulative psychopath. So I'm like, oh fuck, like how do I put all this shit into words to like reply? So I'm like wondering like, how is it so easy for these people to BPD flip on me? And then I start to like hear Wolfgang like not having good things to say about me and sort of repeating it on stream, and I'm like, man, this narrative about Crisp Lettuce comes from not just like the random DGG chatters, but it's coming from the people at the top as well. So I'm sort of fucked because it's like top to bottom throughout the community. Crisp Lettuce is just getting shit on. Luckily, I've just got like my core beliefs, and I just like stick to them and soldier through. I'm not that happy about it though.
I've got my
like,
core beliefs and I stick to them. Nick, you're on Discord.
I don't have much.
You're on Discord, bro.
I don't have much going on. All right, I basically just got that very base level fucking cope.
What are your core beliefs?
I don't know. I don't have it all. Like,
You don't have your core beliefs, my guy.
I'm not
don't
prepared
have
to.
that.
Well, it's like when I see bad things happening to people, I don't really like it. Other times, I think that like it's okay to bully people. It's okay to bully people if like you want to like help them improve. But I'm not going to call an actual retard a retard.
It doesn't say you don't have core beliefs. You're just like going on what you feel like doing at the time. That's not core beliefs. That's like hedonism.
Yeah, so like the one thing that you think that you have, your core beliefs, like you don't have
I'm
that.
definitely not hedonistic. I'm not going to like go out and steal and do crime to like become rich and powerful.
No, you just abuse people online.
I'm not going to like stay in friendships with people so I can like get something beneficial out of it, or pretend I like someone.
You like abuse and slander people and make rumors up about people online.
Like who? Like Baby Peach?
Like Wolfgang.
Yeah. Wait, well, the whole Wolfgang thing is just like a recounting of the ways he really are. Like, and it's not like I'm presenting. When I like talk shit about Peach, I'll like reference actual facts of like crazy shit that happened. Whereas with Wolfgang, it's just like a narrative, which is like, I know it's fucked up to do and it's not very nice for Wolfgang, but I'm stressed because I've got people up and down the community coming at me. I'm wondering why these people who decide that they want to hate on me can find so much support for it. And then I'm like, oh, it's because they can like immediately attach themselves to big names who do it. So it's like a disproportionate amount of not only does Wolfgang disproportionately hate me, his ability to like propagate that hate is like disproportionate, which isn't even really his fault. It's not his fault that like people like him and he's like very popular and very interesting, which makes me not want to actually like drive everyone against Wolfgang. I might jokingly be like, why are you guys friends with Wolfgang? But then like, who am I to like tell people who they can and cannot be friends with? And then like, why would I ever think that I can like destroy a man's reputation in a community that loves him with no facts, no evidence, or no nothing?
So you feel
really,
like he's not like a really big person, so. But what about Jstlk?
Wolfgang's huge. People love Wolfgang.
Jstlk, you would say, is like an actual, like, bigger creator over here. You say that he surrounds himself with like.
I don't think Crisp
people?
thinks that. I think Crisp would probably say it's way easier to drive hate against me than Wolfgang. Maybe
Well, he says that you
Yeah.
protect yourself from people's hate or criticism by surrounding yourself by positive members in the community.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe. I mean, Jstlk was a pretty interesting
Mhm.
case. I didn't like. I was like coping earlier on that like you were like being carried by destiny or something, but then like I come to realize like you have to make like pretty aggressive actions and like make stern decisions and also have like a general social wherewithal and all of that to be like. I think you're incredibly successful. It's fucking crazy. I used to cope that like I could do it too, but then I'm like, oh,
I remember you saying
to-
that. I remember you saying that, Jerry.
yeah, yeah.
Think you could do it.
This was I used to say that Jstlk copied my whole streaming setup.
Yeah, because you got Emmy on your stream like one time.
Yeah, so that's like another that. See, does that feel? I guess that feels like similar to other people who are like schizo chatters, and that I'm like super jealous and like blah blah blah. But to me, that just feels like a kind of hilarious character that I'm putting on like a creative writing process, which is like self-depreciating, because yeah, like once I seriously think about it, I'm like, there's no way I can say that I am just as qualified as or what Jstlk does is easy because no one else does it, and I'm not going to be able to convince anyone that I could just do it unless I actually do it. Right?
What he does
Plus,
is
it's not even
easy.
satisfying. I don't even
Nope.
give a fuck what people think about me, right? So I don't give a fuck if people think that I could be Jstlk. But I'm also not going to be like, oh, Jstlk's done nothing major. Like, people laugh at me like, you just want to be a streamer? And I'm like, oh, do I just want to make thousands of dollars because people like love me and my content? Oh, actually, yeah, that sounds incredibly satisfying. You might call that like hedonism or whatever, but like I'm a fucking human, and there's like base level positive input that we need back.
You guys can try to fill up the bars or
so,
something.
like, why
'Cause
wouldn't I
technically we're
want
out of
to
time,
have,
but I'm
like,
not stopping this
A
because I'm
very
enjoying
rare
myself.
and successful career.
And I'm
Anyway,
enjoying Crisp.
He did a
His job
schizo
is
Emmy
easy.
stream to GGG. Yeah, so
What he
Turnacat's
does
talking about
is
the Emmy
easy.
stream. People think that I like made Emmy cry on my stream and like yada yada yada. But really, I
That's
just had
up.
like a fairly.
Did you?
Well, I didn't make her cry. No. She was like laughing along. I had like a pretty hedonistic stream. She was like, "Can you not cover my past?" And Wolfgang thinks that I started covering her past because I wanted to like implement. Wolfgang's recounting of the story is Crisp saw Emmy in chat, and then he was like, "Oh, this bitch has done heaps of fucked up shit in her past. I'm gonna dredge it all up on stream and like blah blah blah, and then like get her on stream and make her cry and embarrass her." And like he doesn't even care that she couldn't change. What actually happened was I had no idea who Emmy was. I was a pretty recent DGG conductor and pretty recent to the community. And I was streaming like pretty consistently 12 hours a day to no one, just to myself. And I'm like, oh, there's a new orange name in chat. And I used to watch your streams a lot, Chaeiry, and you were like a Twitch historian. And I used to do like historian shit where I would just like look up people's pasts. So I look up Emmys, and it's some pretty nefarious shit with Hassan and Destiny and blah, blah, blah. So I watch a bunch of Emmys stream, and then I realize I have like 300 DGGers watching, and there was some couching of it, which is like normal streaming stuff where people are like, hey, like don't go bully this person, whatever, whatever. And then Emmy came onto my stream and started being like, oh, I don't really like it that you're doing this. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, can you stop? And I didn't tell her I would stop, but the thing is I'd already watched it all. So and then Xena came on as well, so that was awesome. No one cried, Lawn Shock.
Andrioder.
And what happened? I told Emmy like, hey, like it's been a few years, hopefully, and like sorry you feel bad about this, but like maybe if you like do some like better stuff in the public, like obviously that'll, when people Google your name, they'll be like, hey, Emmy like ran an animal foundation, or Emmy did this, or Emmy is like that funny girl who like did this skit, and then you'll never have to worry about people like
Anonymous,
coming
just
back and like looking at all
$10.
this fucked up history. But when I Google your name, all I got is like fuck
What's
history.
going on?
So I told people not to
donuts
bully her.
muted, Jason?
Yeah, I've just unmuted them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wait,
So,
hey Chris, did you imply
why am
Wolfgang
I-
as a sex pest?
Thank you. Get us back on track.
True.
He does this. He does this. This is what he does.
Wait, but I was here for schizo hours. I would, but
Okay, I'm
even
not
schizo,
complaining about
Chris.
any of
I
it.
just you're
All of
you're
it's
telling a
golden.
story right now, and it's very interesting to me. But
Okay,
Hold on,
he can
apparently.
continue, but we'll go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
there when he's done.
Okay, we're at
Yeah,
30
I
on the
think
meters here,
it's-
guys. So you know.
Are you loving the content chat? Can I get some ones in chat if this is
They're not.
Stop pretending you're
typing
enjoying
one.
this. You're gonna get off
Fake
stream and
or
cry
gay?
yourself to sleep.
Bro, Andrioder just likes to pretend that I don't care about anyone at all, but like
Yeah.
It will
There
just
are
be
the
your
threes.
pig.
so Android is
donated $20.
implying that like I shouldn't be
Even
friends with
women with no
anyone,
PPD
or like
gets
it's wrong for me to
labelled
care
with PPD.
what chat thinks,
Lack of
and that like
emotion
if I do
having
care,
PPD
it's
does.
just because I want their attention. But I'm in here
I
like
don't think
yapping.
that's what I
I'm
ever
in
said.
here yapping to it.
you're-
I'm in here yapping to 1,000 people, taking up all the airtime. I think it's pretty reasonable for me to look at
This
chat
is what
and be
the
like,
last hour was like, except he was
Is
trying
this
to
shit?
make everyone
Or
empathize
is
with him
this-
way more. Yeah.
what is this like, Android?
You're insufferable.
Am I insufferable, chat? Threes of Crisp is insufferable.
Stop it.
Where were we?
So he's like downplaying it. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. And he
I'll
does this like
free the
laughing,
shit out of you,
pretending he
Androider.
doesn't.
I'll give you
He
so many
pretends-
frees you won't
Stop
be able to
it.
walk straight for a week.
Dude, he's talking
You
so
fat
differently
bitch.
now. He's on stream. He's talking
You
so
fat
differently now. He's
slut.
on stream.
Android,
You don't know what I look
you
like.
fat
You've never seen a photo
slut.
of me.
Okay, chill.
People have told me you're a fat
Just
slut,
be
Androider.
chill.
Okay,
Chris,
no one's
say
seen
sorry.
photos of
Stop
me.
saying that.
Fucking apologize.
He's so mad. This is like he does this thing. He's like this lifeboat. Like everyone was roasting him for like hours, and he's getting tense. And then when he does that, he just starts grasping at anything.
Okay,
to try
okay.
and
Well,
derail
I
and,
need
like,
to ask some
attention.
questions here,
It's
okay?
pathetic.
Because he's
Yeah, go for
saying he's throwing rape threats out. He's calling you a fat slut.
Rape threats?
Well, that's what three.
When did that happen?
I thought that's what the other ones sound
Yeah,
like.
Chris-
rape is my
Crispin, yeah.
rape is my lifeboat, Kuihman.
No, to be clear, like we haven't had any like we've hung out in voice chats together, like sort of like chill voice chats together. We're not like
Yeah, and we've got to the
friends.
point
Friends.
where
He
I'm gonna
doesn't
have
know
to
my
fuck you till you
name.
love me,
Like I don't.
All right, just shut the fuck up, all right? Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
you're being so performative right now. It's embarrassing. It's desperate. And
Okay,
pathetic.
but I
I'm
feel
not
like
Mike Tyson in this bitch.
Chris. I feel like this
Yeah.
isn't how you act towards Androider in private, is it?
Nope.
I don't know.
You try and be quite nice in private. You try and like be friends.
Yeah, well, in private, I'll talk about. Okay, so in private, a lot of what we say is obviously like not obviously.
To be clear, we don't have a lot of
There's things
conversation
over-
in private. I don't want to make it
there's
seem like
things-
we're like besties and
there's
DMing
things-
back and forth, and we've never had a private call.
Yeah, we get it. It's voice
Like,
chat.
What's
Right?
I
it
just
called?
no,
When
and there's
me and
voice chats
Android
with
are-
other people.
when,
I can't even
when-
maybe
Yes.
one or two
when-
like public chat. Like it's not. There's no interpersonal shit here. Okay.
When me and Android are in private, I usually like make disclaimers about like why I'm talking to her about certain things or whatever.
What does that mean?
but
What sort of
it's not
thing?
like-
Yeah.
It'll just be like there was a point where Android like left the Discord for like a month or some shit, and she came back sort of different. Like at first she was like a bit more shy, and had obviously had like a bit much with it. So when we're in private, there'll be like conversations where like I'll make like a disclaimer that like I'm just thinking that like for once like like how are you dealing with that, blah 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 blah. And she's pretty fine to like engage with these
Wait, so I
conversations.
don't understand
she'll
what the
never like.
disclaimer is. What's
I
the
the
disclaimer?
Discord. There's no. I left Discord because I was staying up too late and like getting baited into arguments. So I just wanted to take space and like have better self control. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
and I don't
so-
even know if we had
yeah.
a deep situation with this. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Okay, I'm sure.
He's
Yeah,
checking
yeah,
in
no,
on
but,
you, and he's trying not
yeah,
to sound
yeah.
like a simp.
True. Yeah, that's basically it.
Well, I mean, but you kind
So-
of come off like a bit of a scornful simp, Crisp. I'm not gonna lie.
But that's
It
why
sounds like
he's
you're being
threatening to
super
rape
nice.
her, so he can undo.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It seems
didn't know
like
if
you're
you
super
said
nice
that.
in private, and then you're
That's
coming on
fucking
stream.
weird.
You know, I
But
can
wait,
look
to
like
be
a simp
clear, he
to
gets
random
mad and
strangers
says
on
things
the-
like, "Oh, I wonder, like, hey, how have we, like, you know, you weren't like a good friend that was like willing to put an effort to the friendship." It's just because, like, I mean, he's a person on
Yeah, yeah,
Discord,
so
and I enjoy
that's why I
talking to
brought
him, but
this
we're
up.
not like friends, right? Like,
I didn't tell the story about me and you talking in private in order to like paint some narrative. I said it to make like a very specific point. But if you're done ranting about me talking about one random thing,
I'm ranting.
I could continue if you want.
Did you try to be
Continue,
nice
or
to
not.
Androider, turn you into like a violent incel?
Can you repeat that?
Did you trying to be nice to Andrioder turn you into a violent incel?
No, I was already pretty resentful of women in general.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
I'm pretty resentful of men as well, though. I think men are just like chasing pussy a whole lot, and women are almost like unable to understand like the plight of the situation and how it's just like easy for them to fucking run off manifestos.
I
Which
don't
is
even
what
think it's
Andrioder
because
does
I'm a
something
woman.
like that.
I think
you
it's
and
the
Kuihman get along. It's mystery.
Yeah.
It's mysterious to me.
I don't even think it's just like a woman. I think you're just resentful and depressed and bitter, and are just like, whenever you get like
Well,
a
I think-
sense of rejection, you lash out at people and make these like weird fucking like narratives in your head, and you're somehow, because I'm bad at articulating myself, you can somehow
She's
try
doing it
and
right
like,
now.
convince
see,
people.
see how easy that is? see how
Okay.
fucking easy that is for her to just do the woman thing? But
What's
it's
the
not
woman
just a
thing,
woman
Chris? What's
thing,
the-
it's a
what's the
feminine
woman
thing.
Yeah, but what's the woman thing? What are you describing there?
Just emotionally rant about a whole bunch of things and then blow them up to make them out like this guy's like a manipulative like pervert.
But it
So
seems
the-
like,
the-
but it seems like Andrioder just wasn't that invested in this relationship. Like she just sees it as like just some guy on Discord that she talks to.
He's
That's
like, I
not
liked
true.
him. I liked.
No,
I liked
that-
him.
yeah,
Wait,
that
that's
is
more
not-
than that.
Wait, to be clear, I
that
like
is
Chris.
true. That is true. That is why I ended the friendship.
somewhere in
because
between.
I
Wait,
didn't.
I like-
I wasn't getting anything out of Andrioder either. So I was like, why would I keep putting things in? But the woman
want you
thing
to
is
put-
that she
it doesn't
she
matter.
would never take it. She would never take any accountability for that.
What were you
I don't
putting
want
in?
anything from you, Chris. We're just in VCs together and hang out and in communal VCs, and you're fun to talk to. And like that's it. It doesn't need to be anything more than that.
You have a very special interest in me being passive aggressive with you, but
Well, yeah,
I've
because
had
it's
a lot-
really
I've
fucking
had
insane
a-
when someone's
I've
just
had a lot of
constantly
friendships.
fucking trying to.
I've had a lot
okay.
of friendships. I've ended a lot of friendships. This is just like another one of those. It's not like a big deal. I don't really care. I'm not actually upset about ending our friendship. I made such a small deal about being like, oh, I'm not really your friend anymore. I don't really think we're like that.
No, you
That
didn't.
you just like.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
don't
lie.
think
That's straight up a lie. That's a lie.
She didn't believe
He's
me.
lying.
She just insisted that I was she insisted
he
that I
said
was joking or lying. She yeah. So yeah, see, because he said it. She's admitting it right now. So it was immediately very weird. There was like no accountability, no ability to like grapple with the situation. It was basically on my shoulders to like continue like pushing this narrative. And then that turned into like a whole thing as well, which she seemed to then like obviously misunderstand why I didn't want to be a friend. She started talking about the Baldur's Gate thing.
No, it's because you posted
she-
the photos of the Baldur's Gate as why you didn't want to be friends. You posted screenshots and said that, and you referred back to that. This is
Yeah,
what I
I
mean.
did
You
it.
just do that. You're
True,
trying to like
I
go
did do those
backwards.
things.
Yes, you did. So why are you acting like I'm crazy for saying that was the first thing that was brought up as like a problem? Because it was. And you
Because by
like
that
it's
point,
either it was the Baldur's Gate and it was a problem, or it wasn't, and like you change it depending on who you're talking to and what narrative you're trying to push. It isn't that deep, Crisp. You were fucking weird, like we were chill.
It's not that
and
deep.
until we weren't chill. Exactly. We were
Sorry,
chill
you asked me a
until
question.
stop
You asked me a
talking, stop
question.
talking,
You
stop
asked
talking,
you asked me a
stop
question.
talking.
No, you already
This is
asked.
why it's
you already
impossible,
asked.
and you'll always talk
You're already
over me
fucking-
because he
you
talks
asked
louder
me a
than me. That's
question.
it,
You
right?
asked me a question. You said, why are you going back to the Baldur's Gate thing? Why are you going back to that?
That's
the reason. The reason I went back to that is because I'd already told you I didn't want to be your friend days before that, and then at the time
No,
of the
I
Baldur's
don't
Gate
think the
thing,
timeline's right
You
with
were,
that.
you were, and I mean, I already explained it. Chat knows.
And if it was, you'd
Um,
said it to such like a very like lighthearted, aggressive. Like, because I tell people all the time, I don't want to be their friends. So if
Was
it
it
like
passive
if I
aggressive
didn't-
or aggressive?
I think it was. I didn't either. It was like I didn't think you. I don't even know. At this point, I didn't even know because you've like made all these weird fucking stories. I don't even know what the actual timeline is. You change everything so
True.
much and like warp these weird like narratives depending on who you're around. I don't remember the order of things that happened. I genuinely don't. I just know that the first time that you said something that was like serious was the Baldur's Gate thing, and you've never really contested otherwise. Not really. You say that that's not it, but then you say you should remember. And you should remember why. And I say, I don't know. And you can't actually give me an answer. You never can. And it changes
Yeah,
every
true.
single time
I
because
can,
you're not
I
on
can
the
work
same.
off that
You don't live on this
criticism.
planet. You don't live on this fucking planet. You're
No,
schizophrenic.
I
You're
totally
fucking
can.
insane, dude.
That's some pretty like valid criticism that sometimes I should be like more serious with my tone and let people know when I'm being serious and when I'm joking. And I'll continue to like think about that and improve on it. And I think I have improved on that since that point happened. But Ironically, for it to turn into you like having to like bring this up and rant in front of like dozens of people and never
Did
come
you-
to talk to me
Chris,
about it in person.
you were on here
you
first.
never
I
wanted to
came
talk
in
to me
here.
about this.
You were on here first.
No. Multiple times
Okay.
I would be like, we don't have to like go on about this. And then you would choose to be like, no, you have to engage only when there was like 25, 30 people in the VC. And I would be like,
Do you
this
think-
is like kind of
Okay.
inappropriate. Because one of the biggest problems with Andrioder is having random people interject when she is spewing nonsense about these
Do you
situations.
think that you could like someone could get him to be quiet for like a second to tell him why like things are being brought up when I can? Just
I
because
think
he
you
can't
just did
control
that,
himself. He
Andrioder.
genuinely can't control
Okay.
himself.
Yeah, so he's
just have to
bringing it up
ask.
on stream here. He's accusing you of constantly bringing it up in the public VC in Discord. So you want to address that?
Not constantly.
Okay.
Not constantly.
Or just
like,
Every
It has
I
several
literally
times.
I
yeah.
have never
She does it,
ever,
I don't. Is the main thing.
I have never. Okay, he thinks that because I'm the first one to bring up the interpersonal problem, right? But it's because he makes these weird, snarky comments at me all the time, and I'll let it stack up and stack up and stack up, and then everyone's like, "Android, why the fuck are you like letting him like talk to you like this?" And then it's and I'm like getting mind fucked. I'm like, why is this dude always coming at me making these like snarky, passive aggressive comments? And I'm trying to be polite because I'm trying to respect the fact that like, okay, we're friends, like it was chill. I just want to be like polite and move on. And he doesn't. And he was just like jump. And if it's in private and we can just be chill, he's fine. But then when he gets the chance to dogpile on me, he does it. Like there's a couple of people in
Hey,
here
let her talk.
that tend to bully me a lot. But it's bullying that I'm okay with, right? And he'll jump on that. He'll completely like embrace their arguments and do it, and he'll say the same things and he'll say the same arguments and it'll be extra mean and it's so performative, and that annoys me. And then I'll say something, right? Like today, the whole reason this whole thing started today is because he's like, they were talking about marriage. We were just talking about marriage in general, the concept of marriage and whether or not to have a wedding. And he's like, Andrioder, the like unmarried mother, haha, fucking like laughing at me, trying to like get everyone to think. I'm like, and then after he'd sent me this huge message that today in the last 24 hours, he'd sent me this huge paragraph about how he's upset that not even paragraphs, like Jstlk, you saw it, it's fucking huge, right? It's a big thing. And then I replied saying like, listen, if you don't fucking come at me, I'll be fine. Just stop like fucking picking arguments.
I don't even think I've read your reply to it, to be honest.
Okay, Chris, when we were speaking to you earlier, it seemed like you were spinning this as if, Android just talks too much in calls, so you give her shit for talking too much, and you're a little bit more hostile to her, and that's the only difference between public and private. But now it seems like what's actually happening is in private, you're being very emotional. You're talking a lot about how you feel about things, but then in public, you're like berating her for being like a single mother. Now there's a little bit of a different character to that, Chris, but that seems like you're making like
Everyone, I think
attacks
even
to seem
people I
cool
don't,
in public.
it's so personal, and it's personal in a performative way, right? Like I think most people, I don't get upset at people being mean to me. Not generally. Every now and then, maybe it'll get a bit too much, but I'm pretty fucking good at having people be mean to me. I think that someone who actively doesn't want to talk to me and have said they don't want anything to do with me, they don't want me a friend, and they try to like go on to like this big dog pile, that is more upsetting to me. And I think that like you haven't earned that rapport where I'd be like otherwise somewhat like receptive for some like banter, right? And I've told him
I don't
this,
really
and
care
I told
about
him this
ending your
today.
rapport.
Okay, then don't cry at me when I'm mean to you. That's it. You can be mean to me forever,
What did
but
you
don't
say
like
that was
send me
mean,
fucking
Chris?
paragraphs
What
of
did you
messages.
say that was-
I said last night we had before he sent me that message. I said
Sorry,
terrible
was that
things.
my
I said
question
lots
or
of fucking
yours?
mean things.
Android console. What did you say it would mean to Chris? Sorry.
Literally just like everything, just all the mean things you can imagine. I said it.
Chris, what did she say to you that would mean? What upset you so much?
Say you got a weak dick.
In
No, I
general,
Didn't even.
Heard a woman say that yesterday.
so most of the things I say are like couched in like truth, right? But I was like, man, what you're saying is basically getting to like Hassan tier shit.
Yeah, so me saying that you're pathetic and have no life is like not couched in truth.
No, it's like you saying that I'm like super manipulative because I'm like wanting everyone's attention, and
I think
that-
that's true. I think that's incredibly true.
Yeah, I know, but it's because you're like a weird delusional person who's like on a massive bent. Like, why would you even bother like bringing up our personal conversations?
Because what you were saying in private and that
why don't you
message
do that to
was different
everyone?
than what you were relaying.
Why don't you do that to everyone? Because when I say mean things to you, it's the same way that everyone says mean things to you. And
Well,
it's
hold on.
and I
most
do it
people aren't
simultaneously with everyone with it.
Well, hold on, because I've been
Was
in the Discord before, and I understand that there is like this dynamic. So when Andrioder says that people bully her, it is kind of true. Like it's like bullying your younger sister. I've seen some people like refer to it as.
Yeah.
So it's like playful banter. So if she's become accustomed to people like bantering with her, but then you're throwing in jabs because you actually are being a bully, it's kind of different, right?
Yeah, that would be
dislike me,
different.
right?
So
Like, someone could bully me, but, like,
no.
like,
I
chill.
don't mean long-term resentment. We spent like an hour where I had to keep asking her, like, do you think I have some long-term resentment or I care about any of this in a deeper way? And she'd always say, no, you obviously don't. You're obviously
No,
like,
I couched it. I said, I don't think you have resentment. I think you're trying to like get like a validation and attention from everyone around you.
but am I doing that beyond like a regular level that everyone else is doing, or am I just like hanging out with people,
yes.
being a human?
Absolutely, yes, you are.
Okay.
You
So
bring it up
it's
out of
good to, like,
nowhere constantly.
it's good
in
to like
ways
get
that
you to
doesn't make
like
any
admit.
sense. Where you don't have like this. You can't. You're trying to replicate things like to get other people's approval. It's not like a genuine response to the things that I'm saying. It's like you're looking at an opportunity to.
Okay, well you could have just said this hours ago, and then we would have.
I did, but you just never stopped talking,
Chris.
Chris. You just never shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
And that's
I'm
me. I
retarded,
literally never
and
shut the
this
fuck up too. But you also are excessively never shut the fuck up.
Well, that's crazy that I apparently never shut the fuck up to take any feedback, because my next point was going to be like, because of Andrioder saying that like it seems like double-handed or whatever, I just started being like, oh, well, like if you think it's passive-aggressive, I'll just be openly aggressive. And she's so delusional that like no matter how openly aggressive I be, she will still say it's passive-aggressive. And then she will like continue getting more worked up. And I'm like, mate, how much more obvious can I get to the point where it's just like Spin Boy, right? I can just like never be nice to you. Because that's what you seem to respond well to, and that's what you're literally asking me for.
I'd like actually respect him. I don't think
worse.
Okay, whatever.
I don't care who you respect, right? You're just like really annoying, and I do it to get catharsis because you're constantly being retarded.
That's the thing. I'm not going to react the same way to other people that I have like some level of respect for. To you,
that's true, guys.
Who is fucking insane.
I respect Spin Boy a little bit too.
Yeah, you were sucking the fuck up to it, but then you shit talked him in the DMs, didn't you?
Well, I think it's a pretty normal.
And then you just shit talked him on stream. Then
opinions.
no, it's not. It's not that.
True.
Like, and it's the same with Wolfgang.
It does seem like you're cozying up in private and then being very mean in public, and I can see why someone feel like you're portraying different images.
What would you know about that, Kuihman?
Well, I'm just listening to the conversation.
Wait, Kuihman, have you seen the DMs? Because he sent them to Jstlk. I just don't know if they've been posted anywhere.
I'm contractually obligated to play the song there. Any ambiguity, the assertion towards Kuihman, I have to play the song. Okay.
Okay. Could we pull these DMs up? Because I need to see these. I need to these.
I mean, we can pull the DMs up. Just as a quick aside, Chris, can you really quick, as long as it's not a long time, can you explain how Sophia flipped on you?
I don't know if Sophia flipped on me. Or if it was a big deal.
I think I misinterpreted that to her. What I was trying to say is that he dragged her into it by
Can you not speak for me? What the fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up.
Wait, because the reason
I'm
just shut the fuck up.
Like she had,
shut the fuck up.
Hold on. Feels like she had something relevant to say there.
All right.
I think she's missing.
I feel like Andrioder has no clue on this. Has repeated it multiple times wrongly, which he only just like said about 30 minutes ago. But go ahead.
Let me be wrong then.
And then you can correct
I think the reason why she might have the wrong interpretation of that is
You'll get dragged out. You do that again.
Schizo misspeaking. I said that he dragged you into this, like, because in the chat, in Kick Chat, it's there. It's because he said that, as an example of Wolfgang talking shit about him, right? He said that you were messaging Sophia, and she said it out loud while in a Discord call. And that's why that Chris knows that Wolfgang had been messaging people about him. And I tried to relay that to Sophia, but I relayed it unclearly to the point where like she probably misinterpreted it, and I don't blame her, and she's fine. It's my inability to articulate things.
So the proportionality of the things I say always get pushed to like the maximum, not like what I'm saying or the way I'm saying it, but the way they're hearing it. So when I'm like, I just feel like Wolfgang has been, or someone is like very willing to like propagate schizo behavior against me, like Andrioder, and then they get like backed up by these people, and then one day I'm like sitting in chat, which I don't think Wolfgang or Sophia would remember this. Wolfgang wouldn't remember it because it's pretty standard behavior from him. Sophia probably wouldn't remember it because it's such a nothing burger, and her response was like, why am I getting DMs about this like pizza guy, which is what I'm reading from her tone, right? As I just hear her on the microphone repeat the negative narrative about me as if she's reading something out loud. And then I hear Wolfgang be like, oh, no, don't read that. Oh, not like that. Oh, and then he's kind of like sad. But Wolfgang is someone who has like gone through back like months and months in my DMs to like bring up shit, like enter a call that I'm in and just like tell me like, oh, like you were talking about this thing, and I was like, did someone like tell you about this recently? And he's like, no, I like went back through your logs like 7 months ago. But it's probably like people like talking to him about it, right? Like Pickle is someone in chat who seems to be like pretty happy to like talk to Wolfgang about like drama and stir shit up. I'm just sure it happens. It's not like I think it's a horrible thing. Or
you're turning on him
whatever.
now because he backed up the fact that you were talking shit about him in private. You're just trying to like. It's so obvious.
When people very obviously do these things in front of me, I should probably just point them out, right?
No, if he's like, hey, actually, I did hear you say this about Wolfgang in private. You're just like trying to manipulate everyone into thinking that he's like. And don't get me wrong, he's a fucking like. Once he's nosy.
I don't think anyone should think less of Pickle for this because everyone already thinks this of Pickle. Everyone knows what Pickle is like. He's just a fun-loving dude. He's just having fun with it. I don't even think like the
I'm just
whole
gonna let
thing
you
is
like
like a
dig
big
your own
deal,
grave. Go
right?
for it, buddy.
Yeah, I have to take some level of accountability to how weird this is. But these are just like things that happen. You can not like it if I point them out, but they just are what they are. It's pretty like I don't really need to like manipulate situations if I just like let the stones fall where they fall, right?
Especially these DMs.
Yeah, I can just send
Hold
them to you if you want.
Did we hear what he said about Sophia now? What was he saying about Sophia? Could you elaborate on that? Sophia asked. I just want to ask.
So me and Sophia were just hanging out in chat, and then Wolfgang came into chat, and then Wolfgang was a little bit snarky at me, but not too much. I think he often is like pretty chill. We can hang out for like hours, but we just don't really like talk. But then I'm talking to Sophia, and Wolfgang wants to talk to Sophia too. So then she reads out a DM, which was probably from him because he responded when she read it out loud as if like, oh no, don't read that out loud, which makes me think, oh, he messaged her. And then the things that she said was like, weird pizza guy, what? And then I'm like, oh, like, fuck, this dude just like messaged something about me. And this dude, admittedly, has never said a good thing about me, ever. So I'm, once again running off that thing. And this whole thing isn't something that I wanted to like hold him accountable for or point out. This was just like a passing thing.
Was it just the three of you, or were there a bunch of people in the VC?
Dung Devil might have been there or someone. I don't know. Maybe like 3 or 4.
This is what he
just the
thinks
three
is
or maybe
comparable
4.
to him like calling Wolfgang to like a sex pest in private.
No, this was such like a nothing burger that like.
No, it was the first example you gave up.
It
It was the first example you gave when people asked, "Why do you think Wolfgang's talking shit about you in private and manipulate? And why don't you like him?" That was the first example you
That's
gave.
a good example of thinking someone's talking shit about him in private.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It is, but
like
then also he pretends that he isn't doing the same and worse.
No, I'm not. I literally came in here and I literally
You did because it already was aired out in public the last like 2 hours. It was already public.
I literally came in here and told you about my creative writing exercise.
Yeah,
Right?
because it was already public, Chris. We'd already said it, and you
So-
made up this weird public writing excuse when you were called out on it in a VC with like 40 people, 30 people. Something like
I'm
that.
sorry that I have excuses for the things I do. I don't just act randomly.
Okay.
Okay,
Why
so
do you
we're
act the way you
disagreeing
do,
because
Andrioder?
wait, real quick, so the rest of us can fucking follow. Crisp, you're instantly disagreeing with her because you feel like you're not doing it privately. Here you are on stream doing it publicly. But Andrioder is saying that you're doing it publicly because it was revealed you did it privately and you got called out for it today in the Discord, and that's why it's now a public
Joel being
thing.
quiet, because I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel bad.
Wait,
for
let him answer that.
Wait.
Just,
Yep, you're right.
Is that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
correct order?
The only reason I'm here is because I'd already just talked about this publicly, right?
And you already talked about it publicly because you were previously doing it privately.
Well, I was doing it in like public VCs with people like with just like,
like
a
4
bunch of
people, right?
I've done
Oh,
this
Rick
multiple
server.
times.
or Rick
I've
server.
done this-
It was
I've-
very
I've done
small.
this-
It was always.
I've done Andrioder, just let me dig my own hole, please. I've done this multiple times in this server and like all that kind of shit. You can say it's the worst thing you've ever heard, but I'm not really like trying to hide it.
Was it a 5-person call or like a 30-person call?
I got no call. No
Okay,
clue.
it was very small, like chill people.
It was
like,
multiple
groups of
times,
server-
Andrioder. It was multiple times.
Was there a time where there were a lot of people where you had made those accusations?
I don't know, Andrioder. It's not like a big deal.
Okay,
I don't
you do
think about
know.
it too much.
Okay, I know
No,
you know,
no, I
obviously.
didn't. No, I don't.
Because otherwise you think people would talk. You do. I know you do. Because you remember that it wasn't this and it wasn't this. Like you can tell me very much it wasn't
It's
one
not
thing.
it's not even a fully fleshed out story. Why would I?
But this
think
is
that
what you were
hard
saying
about
earlier.
it?
You admitted to it and just like it's just a creative writing thing. And this is the thing. Now you're trying to backpedal even more
True.
because all the people who
No,
were there
it
when you
is.
admitted it aren't here. And you could think you can just like pretend that I'm misremembering things because I'm not like talking very well. Like, everyone was there. Everyone heard it.
I think you're just like
I
openly
think-
malicious, right? You're like,
So everyone can tell they're recounting, and it's hard to know if anyone is recounting 100% accurately. So, like, Crisp, you are saying that you feel like that is what happened in the call with Wolfgang and Sophia, right? You feel like Sophia was directly replying to a DM because she said the
dude,
guy
when,
with the
when I
weird
when I
pizza
told them what
boxes.
I told you, they started like Wolfgang started reading out his DMs to be like, "There's no mention of me like lying and calling you a fucking freak and like
did.
saying that she should."
He's-
And yeah, that's what Wolfgang said. Wolfgang was like, "I never told Sophia to never talk to you again," and I'm like, the story was just me
Nope.
saying that she said
He's
weird
wrong.
pizza guy."
We
Yeah,
asked
so
him.
I'm
We
thinking
prompted
it's very
to search
possible.
So,
keywords.
Think
We
of
asked
the
him to
tone
search
of that.
specific keywords in his messages, and none of the keywords that
Yeah,
anyone
and-
asked. And if Chris wanted
yeah,
to know
and
more,
then-
he could have asked, and Wolfgang would have done it.
Wait, so I just keep repeating the only keyword would be like pizza, right?
Yeah,
he
so what
searched
I
pizza,
want to
and there
say,
was 0 results.
yes, we get it. Okay, what I want to
Yeah.
say, because Sophia
I think
feels
this
like
is-
she might have been watching stream that day. I refer to you as the dude with the fucking pizza boxes.
Yeah,
It's very
there's the thing
possible that
with-
she could have been repeating something I said on stream. I'm
Yeah,
obviously not giving it like an excuse, but I'm just saying there's definitely other ways that could have actually played out, even though it probably, like, I understand why you might have instantly thought that though.
Yeah, it was Wolfgang's reaction to her doing it, which was like, oh, that was strange. But I never talked to her about it. I never like lambasted Wolfgang. It's like I think at that point I was like under some illusion that like I could just like hang out and be chill, and maybe he would get like used to me being around. But it seems like that's never going to happen. It's not like he has
Are
to.
you aware that
you know.
Sophia seems to be saying you were making like weird comments towards her in the VC that day?
Nah, I don't really remember the day at all, to be honest.
Okay.
It wasn't like a
Wanna share
traumatic
the
moment for
messages?
me.
What these
You know,
weird-
in trauma, people like remember the details around it. I don't remember the details
what are
around
the
it.
weird comments that were being made towards Sophia? What's happening?
I'm not sure.
Sophia was saying like, what did you say precisely?
What did I say?
Yeah,
Oh, that-
Sophia's
Sophia
asking
calling
you
me
like
out?
to say. Well, I feel like
Like,
she's
make
saying
him
like,
say-
what do you, what? Why she's? It's not like that. She's saying that like she let some weird stuff go, but now she's saying that like you're not including it in the story, which may. I think she's saying it might provide context for why she was saying something about a weird pizza guy.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't think me and Sophia have like a relationship that's gonna. I don't think we're ever gonna like interact again because when we did talk, she talked about some of her ex-boyfriends and shit, and I tried to like share some similar stories about like the way I engage with like new boyfriends or girlfriends, but I was like obviously like uncomfortable to the point where I was like stammering over my words, and I was like, oh, this is like real weird, like, but like, yeah, fuck. So on some level, I just like felt like a conversation was weird, which I guess means I'm weird.
Go through these DMs.
I don't have DMs with her or anything.
No,
It's just
these
Wolfgang's
DMs.
Talking about mine.
These
Talking about the
novel-
Andrioder Chris Lettuce DMs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh
novel
yeah.
Andrioder.
Why are you
The
so? Why are you
the
so
syntax.
dead set on seeing these DMs, Kuihman?
Because I saw how long they were, and I'm so interested.
Okay, you guys are both fine with us throwing this up.
Yeah,
right? That's
I'm
why you
fine.
gave it to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
really care.
as long as he's fine.
Which one do I get to read? Should I be the schizo or should I be the woman? I feel like I can dip into either
well,
role.
I want Chaeiry to be me. Be me.
Yeah, if you want to
Chaeiry.
start
Give me
reading
my
Chaeiry,
skin.
this is a lot.
This was easy, bro.
Okay.
This took me like 5 minutes just to punch out. But the
I don't know
grammar
what
and
to do with
syntax is going to be
you. Shut the
fucked.
fuck up!
Base, that sounds just like me.
I don't know what to do with you, but you are actually driving me mad. I pretty obviously telling you exactly what I think of you in our relationship, somehow completely miss the point of things I explicitly have told you, but then read into specifically my mild jokes at your expense, which is required catharsis for me. And literally everyone else does the same thing with you in every relationship you have. For you to come up with half-baked psychoanalysis of me is actually just completely fucked, let alone you getting belligerent with it. Sure, mild speculation about someone is okay, but the implication of all of your shit is like you are trying to cook up a manifesto of me based on a series of lies. It's like some Hassan tier shit or something. You did this wildly when I didn't want to be your friend in front of a massive group of people instead of, acting like someone who wanted to put any effort into maintaining a friendship and just talking to me about it. And then again last night and again tonight, decided to go on a full rant about how I'm just a shit person because I'm desperate for attention. Not just that, but once again, not listening to what I'm saying to interrupt me so you can waffle about Baldur's Gate, which I never gave a fuck about, literally mentioned in passing one night and literally made a joke about later. I'm literally never gonna play that game again, so stop thinking I would have cared if someone didn't want to play it with me. It's just a microcosm of displaying that you obviously never wanted to be my friend, which, take note, I don't even really care that much about either. It's actually pretty easy to end that friendship because you don't give anything back. You are hold on.
Yeah,
Are
wait, hold on, that
yourself
doesn't-
way too interested in sucking off other random people and before you think I'm jealous because I want attention. I'm not. It just means that having any deeper talks with you is worthless because you will inevitably misconstrue them to any other random fucking person because you are consistently inserting yourself into conversations and also wrong about what you say. Then pulled this gay shit again today after previously waxing in chat with shit like this.
Oh, that's like a misspeak. Because I think...
She's not waxing in chat?
I'm saying she's like pulling gay shit like that, but this screenshot is from the 20th, which is from
Can
10
I
days
just
ago.
add what that screenshot is?
No,
That
that's
screenshot?
that's October 20th, not November 20th.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah. So this
screenshot
when...
is that I was just like, damn, why's VC me dead? Blah, blah. And then Dunk Devil asked me, like, hey, like, why you're not here with VC? And like Crisp and stuff. I'm like, I know, Crisp doesn't like me. I don't feel comfortable. That's it. That's like,
Yeah, so I never didn't like her, was like the point
yes,
of
you
the
did. You said
screenshot.
you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to be my friend. You want nothing to do with me. That's what you said.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want to be your friend. And I think because you kept repeating that, like, you don't like me, you don't want to talk to me, I keep being like, I know I don't care if you hang out, I don't care about anything. It's just...
You never said that, but regardless, I'm not gonna
We're not
fucking
gonna
come
be
and
like
hang out
friends.
with you and Dung when in the VC and like maybe one other person. Like, why the fuck would I? That's weird.
Yeah, but for
I
you to
don't
act
think-
hard done
I don't
by,
think they'll
by
stop.
being...
I think you can just have them go for like hours.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I just thought it was weird seeing her like totally misunderstand me having to put extra effort to explain to her why I wasn't being her friend, and then for her to like misunderstand it and be like, people hate me, Chris hates me.
Chris, this is insane to write out DMs like this. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I was very stressed.
Okay, let me
You
finish.
stressed,
I was
Kuihman.
triggered. I was stressed, Kuihman. I was triggered, my nigga.
I don't listen to Kuihman.
Jesus.
I think it's
Whoa,
really healthy
whoa.
to write paragraphs to people.
That guy's
My
black.
country's...
I think
Yeah,
it
my
is when
country's
you
never
have any
approached people.
sort of like friendship or personal interaction, you can like tell people what you're feeling. I think that's okay as long as you make sure that it's okay with the other person. I think this, I mean, it's excessive, but I still tried to reply to it in like relatively good faith, right? Like, I don't know, you'll see.
You were talking to Spinboy about leaking this as soon as you got it.
I was, because I talked to Spinboy about a lot of things. Shut up. But stop talking about him.
Okay, let me finish this up. I'll do you the courtesy of explaining how you are wrong here as well,
Yeah.
because I actually have a principle of letting people know what's going on, so they aren't perpetually confused and coming up with whatever cope really fits them best. Not sure if you will believe this, because tonight you just called me a liar. and then went on to relitigate history in whatever way it suits you best. Oh, wait. Is this him
Wait.
again?
Yeah. So
This is all him. Everything in the screenshot is him.
So
Wait.
the whole the part you've read is like one thing, and then I
Okay.
like was like, here's a screenshot of you just being a retard like a month ago, and then I'm like,
Doesn't
let me
know.
explain that screenshot in like more detail.
Okay, I'm gonna read on. I obviously
Change
don't
it as an
care
anagram.
about if you are in a smaller chats where you aren't as wildly driven to involve yourself in every conversation, probably because there are less conversations. You are far more bearable. I guess you are far more bearable. And then when I'm calmer
yeah.
and more free to act the more controlled way I want, you use that shit against me when we were in chat with like 30 other people by saying that I'm secretly kind to you, which really comes across like I'm some kind of manipulative degen. That's some snake ass shit. You don't think on some level I would rather just be chill and calm and happy or whatever? Because I would. If I could choose to have endless patience, I would. But it's limited, and here you are. Just being an absolute fucking snake, constantly using it up, interrupting, not listening, making things up, being overly offended, and then justifying it later. You sort your shit out. Bonus meme. I
Hold
literally...
on.
Oh, okay.
This is
Okay.
the one that made me feel like he was talking tons of shit about Spin Boy in particular. And
Spin
then
Boy is a
today he was
shitter.
like asking advice for him and trying to be like, how do I handle this? How do I do this? And then I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't even say it. I only said it after he started coming at me. And I bit my tongue. I wasn't going to start drama. But he just started
Right.
fucking randomly insulting me out of nowhere. And I'm like, why the fuck are you being cringe?
You are an unmarried mother with 2 kids, though. It's not like coming at you.
3, actually, but you're not saying that just as an observation. You're saying that to try and upset me, as if I'd be upset about that. But it's not even that the thing is upsetting me. It's that the fact that you're saying it to upset me and to instigate is fucking cringe.
Well, you were just talking without context about Spin Boy and his marriage.
We were talking about the
It's funny.
concept of.
It's just-
I'm not
it's
getting
just funny,
made.
dude.
Move on.
Okay.
Even if it's not funny in a vacuum, like it's just
Bonus
you know,
meme. I
It's-
literally
I know
explained
that
this to
sounds
you.
good.
Shut the fuck up.
true.
At this point, if you interrupt me one more time, I know you're doing it on purpose. You will have to start paying money.
He's schizophrenic. Take it easy.
I literally explained this to you multiple times last night in exactly this way, and I was the only person who was there for the entire Peach Pumpernickel debate.
But
Yeah.
sorry, I'm sorry.
And you kept repeating that you either disagree or weren't sure, and then that Peach was actually right in some way and nodding along with Spin Boy, who is also just being ultra retarded, not engaging and repeating that in scientific parlance. This isn't how the specific word inertia is used, and then we would all loop that we knew that, and inertia in this sense applied to a different concept, and then I had to ask him, do you think concepts can't kill people? And he straight up ran, then went to tell other people that I was retarded for having to ask him that. I guess this is screenshot. Dung Devil, Spin
It's
Boy.
them
the
talking.
actual
He's saying,
origination
"Hey,
of this
Dung
is not
Devil
inertial
agreed with
kills."
me," but Spin Boy. To be fair, he came in and said, "Hey, you know that Peach said that people can't die in truck accidents? Do you know that she said that?" And I'm like, "What the? I don't think she said that, Chris. That seems kind of insane to claim that she would say that. I think she would." Yeah, obviously. And then that's what he's referring to.
When she said it.
Yeah, that's why he was. That's why he was like trying to relate that she said, and she never said that, right? Like it's probably closer to what Dung Devil said, but all he said was like, Peach said.
I think I
Okay,
No,
not
all
a
you said-
not a single person cares about the physics inertia debate.
Yeah, okay, it's fucking insane. And then he just thinks that the fact that I was like lightly being like, maybe they have a point, and like mostly shut the fuck up, like
But you
That
were
that's
just
me,
not there
like,
and
sucking up
wrong,
to everyone.
right?
I wasn't wrong. I didn't have an opinion. How could I be wrong if I wasn't forming an opinion? But regardless, anyway, he's putting a better formed, like smarter opinion and trying to say that
Okay,
this is what he said.
You were like backing one side, and it was more than just being,
Nope.
you know. Go ahead, Chaeiry. Read that next line.
I
It's a good one.
have literally never lost a debate to Spin Boy. Think about your views, Jstlk.
Sorry, I'm literally arguing. I'm not arguing in VC.
You sick
My bad.
fuck.
My bad. I was arguing not in VC, in general chat. Nothing. I can't do the accent. I've read it. I've read it. I've read it. I've read it.
It's okay, you're doing good, buddy. Keep
Can't.
going.
Yeah,
Don't
I
even.
can't. I can't.
It's okay. I'll just
Okay,
imagine you sound like
You're
me.
doing good, buddy. You're doing good, buddy. Keep it up. Keep it up. I can't do it.
This is fun.
I'm just gonna go
I hate
normally.
it.
I'm just gonna go normally. I've read it. It's like 5 a.m. and I'm just now waking up. Oh, I love being awake late because then I have the worst intrusive thoughts. I'll only tell you guys after because I'm not gonna actually do it. Give me a bit to make my brain turn on so I can give more thoughtfulness and form my words a little easier. Just don't want you to see if I'm in chat or we think or whatever and think I'm blowing it off. Okay, well, there's a lot here. I think my instinct is to go down and reply to each point, but that is just not the way to go. So I'll just choose a few little thoughts that are the most important for me to address, or to address for me. While I understand I absolutely was unusually hostile yesterday, this literally all could have been avoided by you just not making constant, snarky, passive-aggressive comments to me / about me. It's really simple. You don't have to like anything about me or even be nice or even avoid like arguing about specific topics. But the persistent interjecting comments about me when you're not even participating in the conversation obviously is going to stack up. And you can't have it both ways where you want to say what you want about me, but not want.
I'm sorry, I
Oh.
didn't finish school.
What? No, it's me. I'm tired. What you want to me, but want me to not talk. I think you just double typed.
I am. I did. I
You
missed.
but you want me to not talk about you like I have. I'm just gonna say that. This is the most
God, I'm so
important
glad I
part.
didn't read this.
Anything I type after this is just some mild comment / clarification. I don't think you are accusing me of actually doing some manifesto shit, just using it as an analogy, but I can absolutely assure you that the thought had not crossed my mind, nor would I ever desire to do that. The idea that it is silly. The screenshot of mine you posted, I don't quite understand the reason you brought it up. I avoided you in calls and when it was fresh because it was uncomfortable, and it was brought up in the context of why I hadn't been joining that VC in particular.
Screenshot shows you not understanding where I'm coming from the initial point of contention.
That's it. I didn't reply to that. And then I went in VC and we were chill, and then everyone was fine. And the first thing he directly said to me was Android is an unmarried mother, by the way. And then expected me to not be like, what the fuck? Like, that's it. That's the whole context.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't even need context to know that he was just.
You know, Chris
trying
seems
to be
like a
rude.
very he seems like a very high maintenance Discord friend. I gotta be real.
No.
You don't think?
No, I don't know. Oh, what is he doing? I see the door opening and closing. Microwave, that's what it is.
I mean, I
I feel
kind
like-
of like completely understand him.
Jerry, you shouldn't understand because I would have played Baldur's Gate with you. But I didn't do this, you know?
No, I mean the part where he feels like he can tell people are talking shit about him, but he's probably just like tuning into the wrong things, and he's completely tuning out everything else that would probably help show him that that's not the case. And
I think people are probably talking shit about him, but not in like the way that he thinks they are. It's not like some malicious like cabal. It's that people are like,
I think he's
Just
a
kind of-
freak.
don't
I
take
think
him
if you-
seriously.
if you worry about people talking shit about you and then you almost like feed into it, like obviously they will be talking shit about you then.
But yeah, he's behaving like a total freak.
Yeah, but I can't tell if he's doing it because he can't help it, like compulsive, or if he's doing it because he actually wants the attention.
Well no, there's obviously some element where he can't help it. I mean, isn't it? This guy is like a
hard to
schizophrenic
tell.
with no job who lives in a shithole apartment of a disability, eating pizza all day, right? That is him.
Okay, I
It
don't
can't all
know
be
half
just
of those
like
things.
a bit.
And then I feel bad because like even after applying to that, I didn't want to bring anything up. I'd made up in my mind specifically, hey, as like if he's fine, I'll be fine, because why would I want to bring all this shit up again? And then the first time we were in a call for a little bit together, and I was sort of listening and back and forth, and then the first thing he directly said to me or about me was that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? After all of this, why would you just say that and pretend that I'm not gonna like take it seriously? Like, why? You're just trying to like make stabs at me to get validation, because he's fucking sucking up to other people in the Discord and being like, oh, this is my problem, I need some advice, even though he's shit talking them in there. It's like,
Well, you're annoying, so I just be aggressive. I don't know why you care.
okay, but I don't care. But obviously you care if I'm
Nah, I'm
angry.
kidding. I'm
if
kidding.
I
was
say mean
gone.
things to you.
I don't even know what you just said. I'm kidding.
The point is that you just can't help yourself. None of this would have happened. I literally would have just let this go. You could have sent me those messages and I would have replied that. You would have replied what you did, and I literally would never mention it again.
Is there any value in dragging Kenny up here?
Yeah.
No. But listen,
literally never.
I you have no idea. I
Come on,
adore him.
Throw Kenny in.
No,
Come
I
on.
love Kenny, but he's
No. Look, I'm the only one who knows what to talk about.
Wait, no.
Sure.
Actually, yeah, he'll. You know, Kenny taught me these like breathing exercises. Anytime I get baited into arguing something, he's like made these breathing exercises for me, and it's just Kenny in my head, and it's
How much
perfect.
did you?
I love Kenny.
How much did you pay him for that?
Nothing. I got it for free. Isn't it great?
Jstlk, we can see you're just watching anime right now. That's
Is
a kink
Parsec
that I don't want to be
involved
involved
in
in.
this?
No, Parsec sucks.
No.
Add Kenny.
No, well, we don't need any of those people. Jader sent me a clip, so I was watching that. I don't know why.
I
Jader
want you to
sent me that clip.
collab.
Is that the
I think we
one
all want you to
who has
collab
like
with
a
those girls.
Jader's the one with the subreddit about how he sucks, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Like a massacre subreddit where he wants to be berated.
Crisp, stop trying to be part of the thing. Everyone thinks you're insane. Crisp, just. I hate it.
I'll
I hate
never-
it. It's not like
I
you just
don't-
move on.
I don't want your advice, Andrioder. You useless
I'm doing it anyway.
person. Yeah, I know.
What use do you have, Crisp?
Chris, you
I'm
are
not telling you.
Chris,
I'm not telling you to stop, but like,
you do
Listen,
sound-
I'm useless, but you are like incredibly more
let
useless.
Kuihman speak.
You've got
Okay.
This goes for both of you a bit, but Chris definitely more so right now. You're very much like you realize you're like a Discord lolcow, right?
Yeah,
That's what happening here. Okay. I just want because you're
that a
behaving in
thing?
very. I don't want this to. I don't want you to come away from this thinking that these messages are like normal, or that the way you. It seems like you interact with people is like normal or okay, because it seems like you are very emotionally needy in private, but then in public you want to act.
Wait,
like
what's
you're
wrong with that?
cool and-
wait, I didn't even read her reply,
fine.
Kuihman.
It's
I
fine
just-
to be emotionally needy.
Wait, why did you
in
expect
private.
me to read your thing then and not read mine? It was like a quarter of the size.
I just like explaining my narrative and then going ahead
Okay.
with it. And the minute you were like, "There's a lot to respond," and I feel like I should respond to each point, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
And just
because I
walked
get
off.
baited.
I
I
just
get
lost
constantly. I'm a
interest
fucking
immediately.
retard and gets baited into like addressing every single thing you're going to say and going down rabbit holes. And that's how you like narrow people down in conversations, getting into the weeds of shit. Especially me, because
Time
I
and
can't get past it.
continuity is usually. The universe is more complicated than you could ever imagine, Andrioder, and having to slowly
You're
walk
so
you
smart.
through
You're
the
so
passage of
clever.
time.
You're so intelligent.
I'm not.
No one could ever
I'm not.
understand.
I'm not.
No,
It's
you said
actually
that.
beyond me.
You said that earlier. You were talking earlier about how you're so much smarter than everyone in your college, and you feel really like, oh, everyone else is just really dumb. Spin boy, do you understand me? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the person.
I said that students are retarded
No,
people,
wait.
right?
Okay, hold on. Because I actually feel like Kuihman is giving you the opposite of helpful advice. Chris, but you said that you knocked out this message in like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You like rushed through this. You like
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even
I
really
was
think
super
about it. You just
surprised.
You just
Well,
like
yeah, he's like
dumped
super
this.
emotional. He's like reacting.
If
I
you
ruminate, right? So like,
But it
I
was
just-
hours later. It was hours after I left the call. I left at like
Yeah,
8
yeah.
p.m. last night, my time. And this was at like 10. I woke up at 10 p.m. and it was already there. So it was at least like 2-3 hours after I'd left the call. And we argued
But
like, well,
you can
before
see I
I
seen
left.
this at midnight.
Yeah,
I seen
but
this at midnight New Zealand, which is
the
like
I'm just-
solution
I'm just-
isn't trying to summarize it, right? The solution isn't trying to think, oh, how do I put this in the smallest amount of words so I don't look like a schizo? You have to take your time and really think about what you want to write. If it ends up being like 3 times longer than what you sent, that's fine. But you like don't just take 5 minutes.
Well,
I don't
think
believe
about how
it's just
much-
your 5
I've
minutes. But what I was want to say,
I've literally been repeating these points for hours, right? So like, this is just like a
what I
summary of
was trying
shit
to
that
say
I've
is
been
that
repeating to her over and over.
all of this makes it seem
And she can't
like
come
we
to
were
grips
fucking
with
like
it.
best friends, like we were super talking all the time. We just
No,
hung
it
out in
doesn't.
VCs. No, it does to everyone
yeah.
else. I don't think it does to you. I don't think you have the wrong idea. I think you're just
Yeah,
insane.
well, but
I
that's
think
why I keep
everyone else
repeating
is
that
get-
this wasn't like a big deal to me, right? I get
It's
that
a
it
big
can
deal
seem that
because
way,
it's
but
fucking
it's
insane. But I
it's
just
very
it
it's
sound-
convenient for you to make it feel like this was like a hard thing for me to do or whatever. But like,
No, I think it's an easy thing
it's
for you,
it's,
and that's
it's
insane to
super
dump that
easy
on
for me to
someone
remember how
that
I
isn't
felt.
that
It's
isn't
super
really
easy
that.
for me to end the friendship with like a shitty person.
But we're
It's
like
just-
we're
it's just
good
what it
friends that
is.
just hang out with each other. It's not that fucking deep. I get it, and it fucks with me because
What
like
do you mean? Yeah, I know it's not that deep. Stop saying it's not that deep to imply that I just said it was deep. It's not deep.
You do find it quite deep, though, don't you, Chris? Because you're like stressing out quite a lot about it. You said that yourself.
Well, she's like blowing it up real hard, and I'm like, hey, I don't want this to blow up. And
No,
what triggers me is
you're
like,
like
I just want to have like
ruminating.
a narrative, right?
Yeah, you
And I
said
just
you
want
were
that narrative to be
ruminating.
clear. I ruminate on everything. It's like something I need help
But you
for.
told me that you were stressed, right? That's what you said. The explanation for all this is that you were stressed. You know. So
Well, I'm
this
pretty.
isn't-
I like wear my heart on my sleeve, right? I think people get stressed and never admit it. I just admitted it.
Okay, but I don't think most people get stressed over like these like little Discord interactions.
I don't think I'd stress beyond like a regular human stress level or anything.
How long did you spend thinking about this?
A bunch of people DM'd me and like over the past few hours and were like, "Oh, this seems like you like really fucked up," and like, I know I don't know you, but like I hope you're doing okay and like whatever. And I was like, "Oh, it's not really too bad." So yeah, like I'll admit like I'm stressed. But I think it's like pretty clear to a lot of people this is like a pretty stressful situation.
Why is it so stressful?
Well, it's like when you try to give me like advice, but then you like frame it and like you're a lolcow. You're just like painting a narrative for chat that I'm a lolcow.
you are.
So
I am a little bit too.
so
but you definitely are.
Android is like doing it too. Yeah, sure. And I like accepted that, and it's fine, and it's true. But then I am like, I'm gonna have to like ruminate for a little bit on how to respond to this message getting propagated. Right. So like, just deal with that.
We were talking about the whole.
What do you want me to say? Like, it's just it is what it is.
You were stressed about the interactions with Andrioder before even coming on stream. That's what you were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. It was after like 2 or 3 days of her like demanding that I
Nope.
like, you know, I would say my aggressive comment, and then she would be like, "What did you mean by that? What did you mean by that?" And then I wouldn't like respond because it was
Yeah, because you're the one
it's
that
funny
said
that-
it. Of course. What am I
it-
just gonna be like? Okay, Chris, I'm gonna just be like a fucking loser beta and not like address you when you're making comments, and you don't even direct them to me, but they're so
you are a
obviously to
local
me.
loser beta, and you operate like
a
that
little
fine
bit.
every day.
And
Yeah, and you operate
like
yeah, and
you can't.
so why
that
so why
comes-
is this any different?
for any sort of normal person, I would take that to heart. But from you, why the fuck would I take that criticism seriously? Like, you can't call me a fucking lolcow. It's you. Like, what? What do you mean?
I mean that like you are taking it seriously, and that you then engage with me, and then you like uproot the conversation to like finally be like, you have to engage with me, you have to engage.
Nope. It's that you say something and I say, what the fuck are you talking about? And I press you on it because you try to be like passive aggressive. Yeah.
Well, I don't
Or
like feel that
aggressive,
press.
but you don't say my name in particular.
I don't feel that press, and it's not really a problem. But I'm
I
just
do. It
pointing
annoys
out like
me,
this.
and I'm just gonna say it. It annoys me. I don't like it, and then I'll call you out on it every single time.
Okay, so
Like, and-
earlier on when you were like, you totally like start this up and you totally get engaged, but then now you're admitting like, I'll like make a joke try to let it go.
It's not a
And then
joke.
after like
It's
a
not a
few
joke,
minutes of
Chris.
pressing, I'll
It's not a joke.
engage
You're
with
saying
you.
it knowing that I don't like it, and I've told you that I don't like it.
It's not that serious, little gup. You've told me you don't like it being passive aggressive, and so I've stopped making them passive aggressive. To which point you then just
but you can,
like
but then you
delusionally
just
say
do
they are, they're still
aggressive, but you
passive
don't
aggressive.
say my name directly. You'll say a comment, and it could be to anyone in the room. Like right yesterday, I didn't know whether you're talking to me or to someone else.
Okay, so do you want me to be more direct and aggressive from here on out, or do you want me to be more?
Yep, but just know that I'm going to be
Fucking
aggressive back, and then you can't cry at me if I do, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine. That's what
Okay,
I said in
yeah.
the messages. If you're
Just
gonna
say that
make
shit
the
publicly.
choice to do that, I said that yesterday. If you're gonna like be aggressive to me whenever you feel like it, then I'm gonna be aggressive to you back, and it's fine, and that's just how it is. But you can't cry at me. You can't cry and ask me not to. And listen, if you would have come to me like you did and say, "Hey, I don't like this. Can you not?" I would have done it, and I would have, and I didn't. I didn't specifically when you were crying to Spin Boy trying to get his. I'm sorry.
Wait, what is
When you're
crying to you if I'm not like, hey, you're overreacting, and this is like totally fucked, and you're like, well, if you don't want me to overreact, don't be passive aggressive, and then so I don't be passive aggressive, and then you keep doing it, and then you get worse, and then I'm like, hey, let me.
I
like,
think that purposely avoiding
and then
directing
considering
any
I'm
comment
like,
to me is still
considering
passive aggressive.
I'm venting to you like that it's frustrating that you're saying one thing and doing another, and then I'm like, well,
Don't
I'm venting
vent.
to you
Don't,
anyway.
don't vent. Just say, Android, you're being fucking retard. Just say it. Just
I'll-
fucking say
I'll
it with
do
your
it-
chest.
I'll do
Say,
whatever the fuck I
Android, shut
want,
the fuck
Android.
up. You're over talking. Yeah, okay.
I'll do whatever the fuck
Well,
I
you're
want.
asking me.
So,
You're.
I'll do
asking
it.
me
So the
what-
point,
okay.
sorry, the point of me saying like me venting to you, right? Once again, I'm like admitting that I was like ranting or
I'm not
venting
your
at you
fucking.
about this.
I don't want to hear you
now,
vent.
now
I'm not your
now
fucking
now you're
emotional like
holding me
dumping
accountable
bag.
to it.
Grow the fuck up.
Hey.
Like you're an adult.
Yeah, well, if I'm gonna like do the thing of venting, I might as well just go all in
I
a
don't
little
want
bit
you to vent
and
to
just
me.
and just
Just be
vent
mean-
about how
just
you
be
were like
mean with your whole
retarded about the
chest.
inertia debate, retarded about a whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
But that's what I did. That's what the email
Imagine
is. The
being
email
so
is literally me
retarded that you
describing to you how
think
you're
that you could
constantly
like
wrong.
talk to people with like degrees and you did. What, did you finish school?
Yeah,
How
I
much?
went to uni, Andrioder.
Yeah, and what did you finish?
No.
What was your
Do you
field?
have a high school? Sorry, do you have a high
No,
school
but
diploma?
hey, but the
have you
difference
ever
is
had a
I'm
job?
not. Yes, I have, but I'm
Are you
not.
talking
I'm
about
not.
me?
She's
Listen.
lying.
No,
She's
you're
lying.
fine.
Wait. We didn't get to bottom of this. Chris, did you
I have
graduate?
a
Did you graduate?
college degree.
Yeah.
He
so did
graduated.
Law.
He said he graduated. Yeah, but the point is, he's trying to argue with people who have degrees about like complicated scientific shit, and I didn't even. I don't know enough to know who's right.
But
And
doctors
the fact
are pretty
that I was
retarded
just
a lot of the
shut
time.
the fuck
I
up.
don't know why you would
The fact
appeal
that
to
I was
authority on
like,
this.
damn, I don't know, like, do you mean this? I asked like 3 clarifying questions, and he's like, oh my god, you're simping, as you saw in the screenshots, right? The whole
Alright,
inertia
I'm a
debate.
retard.
He's like,
You're a retard. It's not a big deal.
yeah, but the difference is that you think you're smart. I don't think I'm smart.
And you're
You
screaming
think you're
about
like
it.
the most fucking smart. Yeah, because it's annoying. You're so fucking obnoxiously pseudo-intellectual. You think you're so enlightened, and you talk about how like, oh my god, no one understands me. Everyone doesn't get me.
Wait,
It's
you're literally
pathetic
80
and
IQ
disgusting.
and doing. You're literally 80 IQ
Yeah,
and doing
and?
psychoanalysis on me. Yeah.
I think, yeah, and then like what?
It's
How's it so horrible?
Okay,
what I'm
you kind
doing?
of just got mocked. You kind of just got mocked.
If-
the
I'm fucking
80 IQ
Down syndrome was
allegations
like,
don't
you're
own-
dumb. You'd be like,
You're
no,
80
you're
IQ.
dumb.
Yeah, and?
Don't own that.
I was-
To be clear, I've never gotten an IQ
Goated.
test, but I'm pretty fucking dumb, okay?
Yeah, you've been throwing around your autism chart as well. You're not just 80 IQ. You're like fundamentally disabled from like a base human trait.
Wait, no.
Chris, don't you live on disability payments?
I got a 23 on my autism
nah.
test. Thank you. What's your autism test?
I didn't take it.
Chris, you do live off of disability, don't you?
No. I live off an expectation that I'll work one day.
You won't, right?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
I want to work one day and have like a wife and kids, but I don't really want to talk about it because it probably won't
You're
happen.
never having a wife buddy. Not how you are now.
Yeah, Andrioder, this is actually like Andrioder, this is actually way too personal, and I'd rather not talk
How
about
do you
it.
get money, Chris? You can get money from disability payments. No?
No. It's called working at
Wait, there's like an
it's called
Australian
Job Seeker.
program.
It's called Job Seeker. No, it's New Zealand. It's called
Oh,
Job
it is.
Seeker. So
I'm
I need to
Job Seeker.
prove that I'm capable to work. But our government is currently having a massive influx in unemployment rates. so they're not like.
When's the
pressing
last
me
time
to
you
do
applied
it.
for a job, Chris? You know, part of Job Seeker is that you have to like meet a quota of job applications.
Why would I tell you anything about my life?
Okay.
You're a liar. You're a malicious liar. Why would you bring up?
I'm a liar?
I
What am I
yeah, I
lying
already
about?
told you. I don't really want to talk to you about like. I don't want to talk to anyone about like me having a happy future, right?
Okay, then don't bring
it's
it
just
up.
sad.
Don't
I
bring it
didn't.
up.
I
My
didn't.
life's pathetic too, Chris. But like,
I
I'm
didn't.
not.
Yeah. Hey, Andrioder, I didn't. I won't. And could you just like not do that?
Okay, but Chris, you now can't bitch and complain if you go into a VC and you start saying, Android, you're a single mother with 2 kids or 3 kids, whatever the fuck it is, and then she turns around and says, Chris, you're a loser in a dead end situation who could never dream of having a wife and kids. Like you can't cry.
Well, that's not what happened. And she's telling me to bully her harder.
At least I got people to like
mean,
me. Jesus Christ.
Come on, you can't tell people that they can't cry. I feel like you can cry about it, but you can't make it other people's responsibility that you're crying.
True. That's
okay to
true.
feel.
That's a more fair.
Nobody should give a fuck if you cry about it.
Especially
Yeah,
if you're
true.
being malicious, right? I care. I suck. I suck. If
You
someone's
have
sad
been
to
really
me,
malicious
I have
lately,
so
right?
much more like, yeah, to you because you're being a fucking dick, right? To
But
most
I'm not being malicious to you,
Shut the
right?
fuck up. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I don't have like
people-
any deeper resentment or any reason to be
okay.
malicious. There's no motivation. There's no.
To most
It's not happening.
to most
right?
people, I think people can show me like a tiny like slither of like me feeling bad, and I crumble and I feel really bad for them, and I'm way too charitable. But like, if you're like fucking making constant like comments at me and like being
Wait, but it's
trying
not
to, like-
constant, is it? Apparently, I'm
Yep,
like
it is.
manipulative
It is.
because apparently
It's
I'm nice to
constant.
you sometimes.
sometimes, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not
Pick one.
constant. What do you think constant
Pick one.
means? What do you think
And
constant
never
means?
ending, never ending, continuous, without pause.
Maybe this is dumb because I'm a dumb fuck and didn't finish school, but to me, constant means it's like very like repetitive and within like a frame of each other. It's continuous.
think time is
continuous
constant?
and repetitive?
Is time constant, Andrioder?
What? I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? We're talking about. This is what you do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's so annoying.
What,
You're insufferable.
Use words in a way that is understandable.
No,
True.
it's just like you're just moving things away
True.
from like what we're talking about.
I'm losing interest.
I bet you'll cry about it in like day or two.
I don't know.
But
Maybe
you could say you're losing
I'd probably
interest.
feel good if
You
I had
write
a
out
cry.
fucking novels about this, bro. Come on.
Well, like I said, it took me like 5 minutes. I ruminate on things, spit them out.
I don't believe
Seems to
you
be
that
like a
it took 5
pretty
minutes,
solid
first of all.
narrative.
I don't believe you, first of all. Second of all,
I'm just creative.
just because it only took you 5 minutes doesn't mean that you weren't invested. You spent hours thinking about it.
Yeah, well, deciding to do it and being like, man, I'm gonna look like a soy retard.
This is probably like the stuff with Android is probably like the worst things happened to you all week.
I spent like 20 minutes after I sent it, wondering if I should just leak it immediately and just post that shit in Gen Chat instead. But like, I don't know.
To be clear, I would have never leaked it. The only reason I even made a comment about wanting to leak it is it was frustrating feeling like you were being like two-faced. But I would have never leaked it. I have literally no history of leaking anything, and I never would. I don't like leaking things, even if it's to my own detriment. Like I don't like doing that, and I would have never.
All right.
You were the one who
Well,
leaked this, and it's fine.
considering
It's not violating my
I forgive
privacy.
you.
You're just
I
throwing for
forgive you.
yourself, right?
I forgive you. I totally forgive you. That's fine.
I wasn't asking for your forgiveness, but like I'm just clarifying.
We'll stop begging for it. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You just fuck it. Whew.
You drink water, crisp, or just soft drinks?
Yeah, I've drunk like 2 liters of water in this call.
What is so good? Wait, no, don't stop. You're disarming me. I don't like it. I don't like it because he's going to do the whole thing where he fucking like pretends to be joking and like, oh, I'm going to like be friendly and like act like I'm not fucking insane. And it's like all just a joke. But he does this every single time. I hate it. It's so annoying. And this
Yeah.
is where I have my problem
It's alright.
where I just
I
get.
was going to do it, but because you brought it up, I won't.
I'm just saying. I think the only time that I get like stressed about Crisp is like feeling like misinterpreted by like everyone else around me, because I think he's good at like disarming people by like being very like memey and like lolcow. He like plays
I
into
got
the
raped
lolcow
once,
thing.
Android. What do you think of that?
Oh, wait. Was that on VC when you just said that thing, or was that on the call?
When?
I feel like I just got raped.
Who is that?
That's Nino.
Hi, Nino.
Hey, Nino.
How are
Love
you?
Nino.
Shut up, Nino.
Okay.
Are you drunk?
We fuck. Okay.
We've run it down a lot.
We've
so bad.
run it down a lot.
Yeah. Kick me. I'm sorry.
You don't. No, we don't have to kick anybody. I don't know. Like, are we supposed to have a resolution after this? Like, we need to ban somebody, or is this just arguing over who's right and who's wrong?
No. I only came on here because I started getting talked about. That's it. Like, I really will let this shit go. If it's
Somehow,
okay.
if it just disappears.
Somehow, crisp
right?
allegations against fucking Wolfgang and Jstlk turned into
I was
and
about to ask,
personal
though.
trauma.
I was just about to ask. The whole thing about like saying Wolfgang's like weird sexually people. We litigate that. I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff in the background. I got so much done while we were doing the stream.
I can't really
Thank you,
litigate
guys.
that.
I love you guys.
He used to say it in VC all the time, like
Did
when
you
it's like a
fix
small amount of
all of
people.
your audio
And I know
Wait,
that
was
me
it,
and
Andrew,
Paul
was it
both
all the
had
time, or was it
battles.
one time in Rick's Discord?
I think it's like at least it's between 1 and 5 times, and it's a very intense amount of times, is what I remember.
How many
I can't
times
tell you that
were
because it's
you
months
there
ago.
for
I
it?
haven't been in. I've never been told it. I've never been told it by anyone else. People don't gossip to me. It might sound like it does, but people don't really gossip to me that much, right? I don't do a whole lot of like background shit.
Yeah.
The times
there's,
that
like,
I'm talking
nothing-
about, the times
I'm
that
never
I've
going to like deep
experienced-
into the Wolfgang stuff. I've like totally admitted to it. If anyone wants to commission me to like write them a story or something, I'll
But
do
you
it.
admitted to it, but you downplayed it
Um,
when you went on the stream. You admitted to it in the big call,
if
and it
anyone-
seemed like you were remorseful, or at least like somewhat understanding. But then when you went on the call, you downplayed it.
I will
Nah,
commission you. I'll commission you to write me a story of how you apologize to Wolfgang, Andrioder, Jstlk. I'm gonna add like 5 more
Chris,
people.
I'll
No,
send
no,
you.
okay.
Chris,
You should see my DMs to RTBA apologizing. Jesus Christ.
I'll send you $10 if you keep going around convincing people Wolfgang's a sex pest. I'll give you $10.
Well, there's no like
I'll give you 20 if you don't.
there's no
Right.
like it's not like I can ever like say anything about Wolfgang that isn't just like totally harmless, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So you should-
Although I recently found out that like Wolfgang does have some pretty fucked up people coming after him, and I don't want to encourage or associate with them. I totally thought that he wouldn't be someone who gets like schizo haters. So I don't want to be like affiliated with that sort of shit. So we'll probably cut that out.
That'd be pretty cool.
And especially like I didn't want to like talk over this with Andrioder specifically ever because she was being like incredibly hostile.
Because I'm so dumb and angry.
No, because you're a lying, disgusting bitch.
What did I lie about? Wait, we didn't need to do this
Everything.
on the stream. Don't worry.
Constantly. It's not even a lie. You're just unable to come to terms with the world around you, and you know, sometimes I would be like, hey,
Okay, buddy.
maybe it seems like you're wandering. Your drunken stumblings of a person with half a lobe is seeming to like get you in weird situations. Just want to check in and make sure you're aware of what's going on. And I was surprised you made some choices. And then you
Okay,
decided to
in
say that
my-
that was me
We've
being
ever
a weird
had like
freak.
I don't think
then
we've
you got
had
me
this
doing
much
that
of a
was weird
deep
freak.
in like I can't remember a time where we've had like really deep conversations, and like I feel like maybe you're just projecting these conversations that we've had as if they're like super intense and deep.
Yeah, when I say
All
these
of
things
the
to you,
worst
you
parts
usually
of me want to make your schizophrenia worse. To you.
I love you.
I don't have
I am
actual
holding back.
schizophrenia.
You're schizotype, all
You
right?
could get it, okay? I promise you.
Huh?
Enough attention in this
maybe
Discord,
it's
people will
schizotype.
figure out how to give it to you.
No, I'm just ADHD aggressive ruminator to like a really high level and unmedicated. So like I'm rampant,
Chris, have you ever considered going to a doctor?
untreated.
Just consider being nicer to the people that you
Yeah,
hang
a
out
doctor
with
for
in Discord.
euthanasia after I met you. Sorry, Chaeiry.
That's it.
Sorry. I didn't
You
catch that one,
could.
Chaeiry.
That
But
would
I'd love
be
to
a
hear it again.
good
I
idea,
think you
maybe.
should just consider being nicer to the people that you want to hang out with in Discord. That's all.
If she asks for it. Nah.
All I want is just to not make the constant passive aggressive like I said in the message, just stop fucking making random snarky comments on me. That's it. And I'll be fine. And I could even enjoy your presence. It doesn't have to be deeper than that. We could just exist in the same space and maybe occasionally acknowledge each other's existence. That's it. That's all. That's fine. If you stop doing that, I will not be mean to you or dogpile on you. That's
Can
it.
you
Who knows?
repeat
You
that
guys
again?
might
Just
fall in
clearly
love with
say,
each other.
I want crisp. Can you?
No, I
sorry,
don't-
Sure. Just say, I want crisp too, and then say what you want.
All right, I think the conversation should end.
You made
here.
it weird. Yeah, you made it weird.
Yeah.
But she can't ask for it. She can't communicate what she wants. That's probably why she thinks
No,
we've
you just
never had
made
any
it fucking
deep and-
weird. You
deep
made
and
it
meaningful-
I'm
uncomfortable.
suddenly understanding the Sophia thing a little bit.
Okay.
All right. We're probably all done with this.
I think I bring out
I
the
think.
worst in people.
Yeah,
you,
I think you
Cherry.
do.
My favorite
I think
person.
it's entirely your fault. I think Chris Lettuce and his entire behavioral pattern is your fault, Chaeiry. So thank you for that.
To be
You
fair,
really
for
are
years,
just like my dad. It's crazy.
I've been asking Chaeiry for feedback on
Stop,
my
don't say that.
personal problems for years, and she never responded.
Yeah, you keep asking me to tell her to unblock you, and I never do.
True. Yeah, unblock me, Chaeiry.
Unblock you where? I
On
see-
Twitter. On Twitter.
Twitch. No, it was on Twitch, and you
Yeah,
haven't even
fuck
been
no.
on Twitch, and I'm just like, okay, buddy, yeah, sure, and I don't.
What? Okay.
But
That's
you can
Twitter.
see
We're
everybody on Twitter.
the stream. Jesus, that was the movie, guys.
What movie? Wait,
That was
what?
the movie.
I'm sorry. Oh, this
I don't know. It was like Arcane
exhausting.
or something. The pickle's probably asleep, so.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
God bless the pickle. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed a little for engaging in this.
Bro,
Don't
she
be.
loves to
I'm
tell
gonna-
you that she's super embarrassed over things, but then
I
insists
am.
that
It's
you look into
embarrassing
them.
because I'm.
You know, Crisp, you could
She's
do
like,
it without
guys-
shame, to be honest, bro.
Guys,
It's-
this super embarrassing thing. This is fucked, dude. This whole situation is fucked. How am I going to recover from this, my dudes?
I think
I
you
think-
need
I
to
tried to take a
creative.
note.
You'll have to do something crazy, Crisp. Something really drastic. I
No,
think.
Yeah.
stop.
I'm Chud Logic's mentor. I love the Gok. I've been talking to 16-year-olds, but that's legal
I think-
here.
No. Stop. I'm moving you up, okay? No, all you gotta do is actually hold on. Actually, just stop saying how other people feel. I feel like if you just started there, you'd stop like explaining people to other people. Like you don't need to explain somebody to someone else in the Discord. I think reducing that would be fine.
Fuck, I don't actually understand. I need an
I'm-
example.
So
You-
like Andrioder said something there, and then you started explaining why she said the thing she said. I feel like if you stopped it, if you did less of this would, I think,
Mind
I'm just
reading
saying.
is what he's talking about.
I think it
I
can cut
like-
down tremendously on how upset people are with you sometimes.
Yeah, I
at
noticed.
the very least, if you can't cut down on that, you have to cut down on the frequency. Okay. Like I let myself have
Yeah.
a thing like once every month. And then if you
That's
do that,
fucked.
you can sort of like sync it up with the moon and then like just blame the moon. And after a while, people will be like, "Oh, it's the full moon." You get away
Chat,
with
I
it.
need a girlfriend. Get a girlfriend in here. I'll just offload all of my fucking mind reading onto her. Someone contact me, please help. But yeah, no, that does sound fucked because I guess I'm not even. I believe
Just find
what you
something
just
like
said is probably good advice. But the fact that I'm like struggling to like grapple with it probably means I like do this way more than I realize. Which is fucked.
that. Okay, becoming
Alright,
aware is the first step. Have a good one.
Yeah, true. I need a whole lot of therapy. Peace.
You ever
Alright,
check out
see
Brittany
ya.
Simon's content?
Yeah, I wrote Brittany Simon an email once. She did not get back to me. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, see ya.
I would actually, fuck, I want to know more about that email to Brittany Simon. Another day.
Another massive W stream. Okay. I think I said some weird shit about Chud. I think I probably leaned a little too hard on like. I think I said. Never mind. I'll message him about it. We're all good.
What did you say, Jason? What do you regret saying?
Nah, it's fine.
No, what do you regret saying? Tell us now, Jstlk.
Nah, I'm fine. Okay, I think we're gonna rate out to Amaranth here. So yeah, go say hi to Amaranth, and we'll be back tomorrow once again. Okay.
You're
once
calling him a
again,
white
guys.
blood cell
We'll
too
be
much.
back.
What, is that it, Jstlk?
We'll be
Is that
back
what-
tomorrow. Okay.
That is
I love
it,
you
isn't it?
guys.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams. Have a good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. All right. Go say hi to Amaranth.
Bye.